Live from the Monument in Rapid City, South Dakota, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey. As tonight's a rubber match of a three-game series as the Grizzlies take on the Rapid City Rush. Hi, everybody. I'm Tyson Whiting. It's game 72 of 72 for the Utah Grizzlies during the 2024-25 regular season. Grizzlies come into play with a record of 24-39, 6-2. Last night, the Grizzlies probably played from start to finish one of their best games of the season as the Grizzlies came away with a 5-2 victory. Luke Manning got Utah on the board 3:46 into the first period. Riley Connors picked up his fourth of the year, 12:01 into the first to give Utah a 2-0 lead. 48 seconds later, Rapid City got on the board as their best scoring defenseman, Billy Constantine, found the back of the net. Utah led 2-1 after one period. Riley Connors scored his second of the game early in the second period to give Utah a 3-1 lead. And then the Grizzlies extended the lead to 4-1 halfway through the third period as Keaton Mastrodonato redirected a Garrett Pike shot. Rat Rush made it a 4-2 game a few minutes later. And then late in regulation, with about 3.5 minutes left in regulation, it was Evan Friesen getting his first pro goal with an assist going to his former WHL teammate with the Wenatchee Wild, Briley Wood. And Luke Manning also picked up an assist on that as Manning ended the night with 1 goal and 1 assist. Friesen had 1 goal and 1 assist as Friesen assisted on the Luke Manning goal early in the first period. Connors ended the night as the number one star as he had 2 goals. And Jake Barcheski was outstanding in net as he saved 33 of 35. So we're going to have a ton of fun here tonight. Grizzlies are 4-5 against the Rush, but they've had some success in this building as they are 3-1 at the Monument this year. We'll talk a lot about some of the great performances from the Grizzlies this season, as well as the great individual performers. Grizzlies had 51 different players appear in a game this season, including Briley Wood and Mick Messner, who appeared in every game for the Grizzlies, assuming that they will hit the ice here in about 20 minutes from now. Griffin Ness appeared in every game for the team that he was on. He played in 59 games with Toledo, and he's appeared in all 14 for Utah, so he will actually play in 73 games this season. When we come back, we'll talk about some of the statistical leaders. There's a couple items that we're keeping an eye out for here tonight. We'll also go over some regular season totals. A good Saturday night crowd's filing in here to the Monument as it's the final game of the season. We'll come back and talk some hockey on the other side. We're in business on a Saturday night, and you're listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Welcome back to the Grizzlies Hockey Network. I'm Tyson Whiting. Faceoffs in about 10 minutes from now here at the Monument. A couple interesting individual races that we're keeping an eye out for. Briley Wood leads the Grizzlies with 20 goals this season. He's had an outstanding first season as a pro. He's got 27 assists, 47 points, ranked tied for 9th among league rookies. Reed Lepster's also had a great rookie year. He's got 19 goals and 27 assists on the season as he comes into play with 46 points. He is one behind Briley Wood for not only the goals lead on the club, but he's also one behind Briley Wood for the top scoring rookie on the Grizzlies. Keaton Mastrodonato picked up a third period goal last night. He has 19 goals this season. For Mastrodonato, last night was his 100th ECHL game. He's also got some AHL experience with Texas and Colorado. Neil Shea only played in 36 games this season as he missed the last month with an upper body injury. But you can't forget about the contributions he made all season as he had 19 goals in 36 games, and maybe the best moment of the season from Neil Shea. It's probably a couple of them, in fact, as he was an outstanding goal scorer You think about overtime on February 8th in Tulsa. McMessner won the draw as Neil Shea got the puck, just skated down the middle of the ice, matter-of-factly, and he was able to get it past the Tulsa goaltender as Utah came away with an overtime victory, and Shea scored 7 seconds into overtime as Grizzlies had quite a few exciting Saturday games this year. In fact, the Grizzlies are 12-9 in Saturdays this year, and you really can't forget about what Neil Shea meant to the Grizzlies all season. Derek Daschke, earlier this week, was named first-team All-League. Daschke's in an interesting race in a few categories. He currently leads the Grizzlies with 39 assists. He's the only Grizzly with more than 30 this year. He also leads the Grizzlies with 55 points on the season, and unless somebody comes up with an outstanding 7-point type of effort, Daschke will lead the club in that statistical category. Daschke currently leads Utah with 9 power play goals, and he also leads the club with 23 power play points. Keaton Mastrodonato leads Utah with 16 power play assists. It'll be interesting to see the shot count for both Mick Messner and Derek Daschke tonight. The Grizzlies' captain, Mick Messner, currently leads Utah with 192 shots on goal. Derek Daschke is one behind him at 191 as Daschke had 6 shots on goal in last night's 5-2 victory. Bradley Wood has shot early and often, and he's been very accurate. He has a 13% shooting percentage on the year. We talk about some of those clutch moments, and a lot of them came in overtime for the Grizzlies. Utah played a lot of close games, and they played a lot of games past regulation. You can't forget about Derek Daschke's 2 overtime game winners. He got the victory on November 16th against the Allen Americans as Utah won 5-4. And then on fishing night, February 15th against the Stillheads, Daschke scored the overtime game winners. Utah won that game 6-5. We'll talk about some of the fun moments of the 24-25 season throughout the broadcast. When we come back, we'll go over the starting lineups for both teams. Good crowds filing in here to the Monument. It's game 72 of 72 for both clubs. Rapid City does have something to play for here tonight. They are currently a 500 club with a record of 31, 6, and 3. If they get a victory, they will be over the 500 mark on the season. If they lose in regulation, then they will be a below 500 club. If they get one standing point tonight, losing in overtime or a shootout, they will finish up with an even 500-point percentage on the season. We'll come back and have the lineups on the other side. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Welcome back to the Grizzlies Hockey Network. I'm Tyson Whiting. Let's go over the lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Utah Grizzlies, who come in with a record of 24, 39, 6, and 2. They've been a very strong offensive club as of late as they have 26 goals over their last 7 games. Grizzlies are led by Ryan Kanasowicz, who's finishing up his 4th season as Grizzlies head coach. Kanasowicz is the all-time leader in goals, assists, and points in team history, and he was twice named either first or second team All-League, including a first-team All-League honor back in the 2009-2010 season when he averaged close to 2 points per game. The assistant coach is Christian Horn, who's finishing up his 2nd season as Grizzlies assistant. He was a Grizzly player for 1 game at the end of the 2019-2020 season, which incidentally enough was played in this building, and Horn played with the Grizzlies during the 2020-21 campaign. Athletic trainer is Colin Lee, who's finishing up his 5th season with the club. Jackson Hibbert finishes up his 2nd season as head equipment manager. DJ McFarland is in his 2nd year as assistant equipment manager, and I'm in my 7th season as the voice of the Grizzlies. Getting the start in net will be Jake Barczewski. He was the game's number 2 star last night as he saved 33 of 35. Barczewski is 15, 2-1 on the season. He has a .901 save percentage and a 3.51 goals against average. So we talked about Rapid City looking for a winning record this season, and a victory for Barczewski means that he will have a personal winning record on the year. Starting defensive pairing is Garrett Pike and Luke Lemaster. Pike had 2 assists last night, and in 18 games with the Grizzlies, he has 1 goal and 10 assists. He also appeared in 29 games with the AHL's Colorado Eagles. Luke Lemaster has 1 goal in 15 games. He played earlier this season at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. Before that, spent 4 seasons at the University of Wisconsin. First team All-League Derek Dashke will be in there with Grant Gabriel, a late season addition from the Toledo Walleye. He played in 15 games with the Cleveland Monsters of the AHL. 2 former Rapid City defensemen, Cooper Jones and Matt Arujau, will be in there as well. So starting defensive pairing once again is Pike and Lemaster. Starting forwards for the Grizzlies include Briley Wood. And once he plays in his first shift, he will officially have appeared in all 72 games. Wood has 20 goals and 27 assists on the year. Luke Manning's been incredible for the Grizzlies. He has 2 goals and 1 assist through 2 games in this series. And in his last 19 games, Manning has 9 goals and 6 assists. Evan Friesen had a big night last night. He picked up his first professional assist in the first period and his first professional goal late in the third period, as he is going to go home with 2 pucks from last night's game. So the starting forwards again are going to be Wood, Manning, and Friesen. We will also see the forward line of Mastrodonato with Connors and Lebster. That's been an outstanding forward line for the Grizzlies over the last 3 weeks. Adam Berg's going to be lined up with the captain Mick Messner as well as Griffin Ness. Ness will play in 73 games this year, 59 with Toledo and 14 with the Grizzlies. Craig Armstrong is going to be lined up with Aaron Aragon and Dylan Fitz. As Armstrong finishes up his first season as a pro, Dylan Fitz has played in over 200 games with the Grizzlies, and Aaron Aragon finishes his second season with the club. We'll come back and have face-off on the other side. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the Best for Less sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on a set of 4 tires. Choose from a wide selection of our longest-lasting, best-performing tires, and every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. With a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. It's our best deal on our best tires, with the best service in the business. Get more.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
It's a great night for hockey as 2 standings points are on the line as the Utah Grizzlies take on the Rapid City Rush in Game 72 of 72 during the 2024-25 season. The 2 captains are at center ice, and both guys have been outstanding team leaders for their respective clubs. Mick Messner was named Grizzlies captain in mid-January after Gianni Fairbrother left for a team in Europe. Messner has appeared in all 72 games for the Grizzlies, assuming he will be out there for his first shift here tonight. He is not a starter, but he'll be in there for about 2 minutes into the game. Messner is appearing in consecutive game, easy for me to say, number 150 with the Grizzlies, and Ryan Wagner has been a great team leader for Rapid City. He's got 6.5 years of AHL experience. Wagner has 78 points, 28 goals, and 50 assists. Luke Manning's been great for the Grizzlies. He'll be in the starting lineup with Evan Friesen and Briley Wood. That was a strong forward line for the Grizzlies in their 5-2 victory over Rapid City. Pike and Lemaster will be the starting defensive pairing, and Jake Barczewski will get the start in net. For Rapid City, it's going to be Connor Murphy. He's the starting goaltender. He's got a record of 12-7-1-3. Murphy has 2 shutouts and a .918 save percentage with a 2.94 goals against average. Starting defensive pairing for Rapid City includes Mitchell Smith and Chase Pauls. Watch out for the top forward line. They're going to get the start. Denny Gore, Ryan Wagner, and Blake Bennett. You don't want to necessarily keep it simple, but if you stop that forward line, you got a pretty good chance of beating Rapid City. Puck is dropped. We're underway. Grizzlies in a black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim get to Lemaster at neutral ice. He'll nudge it ahead towards Wood. And with his first shift, Briley Woods officially appeared in all 72 games this season. Rush will toss it to Wagner, right side at center ice. Now he'll chip it in. It goes towards Blake Bennett. He's got 27 goals in 36 games this season. Lemaster rolls along the far side to Wood. Grizzlies skate from right to left. He'll spin the puck towards his left, looking for Friesen, but it was overled for him. Rapid City gets out to center ice as dancing around is Blake Bennett, and he'll nudge it back into his own zone. Rush casually get towards neutral ice as Chase Pauls across the center red line. He'll push it ahead to Wagner off his stick to Gore, right wing. And the rush entered, but Bennett came in before Gore entered with the puck, so the rusher offside as we get our first whistle 41 seconds into the game. Who's your pick to click? Who do you think is going to get the job done for the Grizzlies tonight? I'm not sure. It's a tough choice. There's a lot of guys who have been playing well for the Grizzlies as of late. I think Reed Lebster is going to have a big night. He's out there with Riley Connors and Keaton Mastrodonado. Connors taking the draw. Dashke and Gabriel are the defensive pairing. I wouldn't be surprised if Derek Dashke has a big night to cap off what's been a stellar season. It's his second full year as a pro. He had 16 goals with Kalamazoo. No icing as the Grizzlies dump it all the way down deep into the rush zone. Rapid City's in a white jersey with red numbers and a little bit of orange, a bit of yellow trim, very reminiscent of the Calgary Flames. Constantino throws to the middle of the ice. It bounces off the Gabriel stick. Grizzlies will bounce one to the left wing at Dashke. He'll cross center ice and he'll step over the offensive blue. He tried to center it, but it glanced off the stick of Dalton Skelly, who's had a good series for Rapid City. Puck back to center ice left wing. Mastrodonado will guide it in as Constantino lets it go. The Grizzlies make a line change, and out there is Adam Berg with Mick Messner and Griffin Ness. And with that, Messner has appeared in all 72 games, and Griffin Ness has appeared in 73 games this season, which I got to imagine is a league high. As a puck towards the near wall, Ness lets it go to center ice. Araujo challenges Jack Jeffers. Araujo's out there with Cooper Jones. Jones gets it near the Grizzlies bench, and he'll skate back deeper into the Grizzlies zone. No one's taken a shot yet. Minute and 45 in. Grizzlies get to the right wing from Messner. He'll skate towards the right circle, drop it for Ness, who swings and misses in the right circle. Ness so far this season has 14 goals and 17 assists. He has 9 points in a Grizzlies uniform. This is his 14th game with Utah. Rush towards the far circle. They try to center it to Jeffers, and it's jabbed away by Adam Berg. Both guys were number 19 for their respective clubs. Now towards the right wing. Walks towards the right circle. Lefty shot. Glove saved by Barcheski. He holds on. Araujo is battling with Parker Bowman out in front of the net. Rapid City during warm-ups honored their 2 Iron Men. Parker Bowman and Ryan Wagner appeared in all 72 games for them this season. So the Rush get the first shot on goal, and it's Holden Wall, who has 3 goals and 13 assists in 67 games. Aragon's out there for his first shift. He's with Armstrong and Fitz. Armstrong and Fitz combined for a goal on Wednesday night in the 3-2 loss to Rapid City. Rush looked to center it. It bounced off of Jack Jeffers, who skates towards the far goal line. He didn't have much of a shooting angle. Pike will move it out to center ice. Rush get it back near their bench, skating from left to right. As they bounce one to Jonathan Yancey off this skate. He was a late season addition by the Rush. Barcheski will fire it off the near glass. It goes to Garrett Pike wearing number 12. He'll move one across to Lemaster as Lemaster gets to neutral ice, and he'll rush towards center ice, pun not intended. Fitz back towards Lemaster, but the puck goes back to Fitz, back at shot. He scores! Dylan Fitz gets his 10th of the year, and the Grizzlies take a 1-0 lead. Boy, Fitz has done that time and time again as a Grizzly. It's his second goal of the series. As Fitz got towards the right wing, you don't see him take too many backhands, but in this case, he fired a crafty backhand shot past Connor Murphy. So for the second straight night, the Grizzlies draw first blood. And it's the first shot for Utah here tonight. 17-14 left in the first. And it's the Grizzlies 1 and the Rush 0. Utah gets it towards Wood, and he dumps it in from center ice. As Wood towards the right wing, righty shot saved by Murphy. Puck goes back towards Wood. Aragon's in the area. Wood Gets it tapped away. Rush now battle. Smith throws it up. Actually, Smith carries the puck, and he'll drag it out to neutralize. 3-on-3 across the center, and he'll saucer it deep towards the near corner. Barcheski behind his net will whip it around the wall. It hits a stanchion. Grizzlies nudge it ahead. Evan Freese, who had a big night last night, gets towards Wood, who steps over the offensive line. He stops towards the right corner. He gets it taken away. As the Rush move from left to right, Grizzlies back defensively. Rapid City across the center ice, and they'll dump it in. As the Rush skater gets around Grant Gabriel. Now Rapid City skates towards the near side. As Jackson Leopard, number 8, carries it. Now he moves it across. Constantinu stops just outside the left circle. Fans stop their feet. Constantinu fires towards the net, and it goes wide as Barcheski kicked his left pad out, but didn't need to, as missed the mark. Manning shields Pauls away from the puck down the middle of the ice. Back a shot. He scores! Luke Manning gets his 17th of the year. He now has a goal in all 3 games in this series. And just like that, Utah leads 2-0. 2 shots and 2 goals for the Grizzlies. And it was Wednesday night's goal scorers, Dylan Fitz and Luke Manning. They both scored second period goals on Wednesday. And tonight, in the regular season finale, Manning scores on a backhand shot from the right wing, very similar to how Dylan Fitz scored about a minute ago. So Manning, he stays red hot. He's been an amazing player for the Grizzlies over the last 2 months. He is celebrating a birthday tomorrow, and it's an early birthday gift as Manning and Fitz have each scored for Utah. They lead 2-0, 4 minutes in. Grizzlies spin it along the far side. Rush get it back in their line. And this crowd here at the Monument, and it's a big Saturday night crowd, and they are stunned as Grizzlies have played well offensively here in this series. They scored 5 goals last night. And they came into play with 26 goals over their last 7 games. They've already got 2. Action deep in the Grizzly zone. 3-on-2 scrum as Gabriel holds his ground. Connors comes out with the puck. He races with good speed. St. Lawrence product this year. Before that was at Yale for 3 years. He'll dump it in. And the pass is wide of the mark for Lepster. It's all the way down for an icing. As play will come back towards Jake Barcheski with 15:29 left in the first. Barcheski's had an outstanding year for the Grizzlies, and really since Christmas, Barcheski has gotten the job done, and he's been a key contributor for the Grizzlies really since about the last 3 months. Remember, Barcheski got his first professional win. I believe it actually came against the Rush on December 28th, and he's been on a roll ever since. Grizzlies win the draw. Lepster left wing will bounce one across. As they're looking for Connors, it's knifed away by Bennett, but it goes deeper into the Rush zone. Rapid City towards the right corner, gets challenged by Connors. Mastrodonato looking for the puck. He battles with Gore. Both guys hold each other up. Now Rapid City takes control of the puck. They lose it. Lepster fires towards the net. Stick saved by Murphy as Mastrodonato was out in front of the net trying to redirect it. Rapid City long-range pass misconnects as they were looking for Ryan Wagner. And icing is on Rapid City with 14:59 left in the first. Utah's taken 3 shots. Rapid City has 2. Dylan Fitz got Utah on the board, 2:46 in. Luke Manning made it a 2-0 game. He scored 3:50 into the contest. Draw won by Rapid City as they skate from left to right here in the first period. And this crowd is about as silent as it would be if there's nobody here in attendance. Wagner dumps it in. Barcheski behind his net. We'll move it to Araujo as he's along the near side. He outlets it to center ice for Ness. Ness will bounce it off of Aaron Hyman, the big 6'5", 220-pound defenseman. As Rapid City comes up with it, Bennett skates down the middle of the ice. He steps over the offensive blue, veers off to the left circle. Now he fires lefty shot that goes wide. Jones was on him like a cheap suit. As Berg towards the near side, as he'll slide it to Ness. Ness tries to get to the middle of the ice to Araujo. Back to Ness. Grizzlies quick in the transition game. Over to Manning. Now to Berg, right left side. Over to Manning. He'll take a lefty shot. And that one's blocked away. And it was blocked away by Artyom Borshov. Now the Grizzlies fire towards the net. Murphy makes a save. He holds on. 14:11's left in the first. And the Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw leading 2-0. Wouldn't surprise me if we see another close one here tonight. 18 of the last 32 games the Grizzlies have played and have been decided by 1 goal. We've been skating 5-on-5 this entire time. Off the draw, Grizzlies win it. Fitz gets up top. As Lemaster across the pike, he races towards the left circle with momentum. Will take a lefty shot. He scores! Garrett Pike gets his 2nd of the year, and the Grizzlies take a 3-0 lead. Boy, Pike raced into the left circle with all sorts of momentum, and he just roofed it over Connor Murphy. And here on Fan Appreciation Night, everybody here in Rapid City, outside of a few Grizzlies fans who are near the Grizzlies bench, are stunned, they're silenced, and they look like they're in defeat. So Grizzlies with first period goals from Fitz, Manning, and Pike, as Utah has put on a clinic here in the first 6 minutes. 3 goals on 5 shots. Rapid City's taken 2. Both have been denied by Barcheski. Armstrong dumps it in. As Armstrong, I tried to deliver a hit on Chase Pauls and got more boards than he got Pauls. As Grizzlies, Luke Manning gets the puck. He's in the right corner, gets it to Fitz. Fitz back towards Manning, who's already got a goal tonight. He'll get it back to Dylan Fitz in the high slot, and he'll wobble it to Pike left wing. As Pike gets over to Fitz, he's in the left point. As he'll toss it off Armstrong's skate. Armstrong will race back to neutral ice. Now he skates into the Grizzlies zone. Utah will reset. Armstrong to Fitz. He tried to get it to Aragon, but he was coming off the ice. Friesen enters. He takes the puck. He'll skate towards the right corner. He stops on a dime. Friesen dangles. Now he gets to Manning. Will skate towards the high slot. Now Manning will feed it to his left for Wood, but the pass is behind him. Manning chases after his own pass, and he gets it. He tried to get to Friesen. It's knifed away by Gagnon of Rapid City. Grizzlies roll it towards the left wing. As Dashke gets occupied, puck goes back to center ice. Gabriel gets it, and he'll nudge it back to the left wing at center ice for Dashke. He skies it towards the roof as the puck hit Diop's deep in the Rapid City zone. Manning over towards Friesen. He's in the right corner. He feeds up top to Gabriel. As he's in the right point, he gets it down low to Manning. He gets tripped up, gets back to his feet. Now he gets pushed again. Manning keeps his balance. He gets double team. Rapid City takes it away. Race over the offensive line as a centering pass by Yancis goes wide as it was behind somebody cutting towards Barcheski. Friesen gets the puck. He gets a new tries. He gets the center as Friesen dangles back and forth. Now over to Wood over the line. Back to the middle of the ice for Dashke off his stick. As he'll race towards the left corner for the puck. Dashke to Lebster. He skates in. Lebster was one more move away from getting a good shot off. Namasha Donato across to Dashke. He's in the left wing. Lefty shot saved by Murphy about chest high. Rapid City gets the rebound, and they'll bounce out to center ice near the Grizzlies bench. Jeffers will throw the puck off to Connors. Araujo gets it back towards Connors, who races out to neutralize. Connors crosses center ice. Veers off to his left. Gets to Namasha Donato, who skips it across to Lebster. Lebster tried to find a cutting Connors out in front of the net. It bounced off his knee. Connors feeds up top. Puck goes back to neutral ice. Araujo will dump it back in. Grizzlies will tag up in neutral ice as Rapid City gets the puck. 11:47 on the moving clock, first period. And Utah leads 3-0 on goals from Dylan Fitz, Luke Manning, and Garrett Pike. Rapid City out to neutral ice as Leopard will play it. Masha Donato nearby. Leopard slides it across the Holden wall, and this place is silenced, as there is hardly any noise being made outside of the natural hockey sounds. As Wall back behind his net as the rush continued to spread the ice. 11:20 on a moving clock. Rapid City gets it taken away by Masha Donato. He gets to Connors. He drops to Lebster. Right side. He'll take a righty shot that goes wide as it got deflected off a Rapid City stick. Back behind the net. Dalton Skelly skates towards the right corner. Lebster joins the play as he takes Skelly off the puck. Another rush skater gets it. Now they'll move it to the right side for Braden Tuck. He crosses center ice. Tuck over the offensive line. He'll drop it as Walt will skate in on Barcheski. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Barzo. And he holds on with 10:54 left in the first. Grizzlies lead 3-0. Dylan Fitz, Luke Manning, and Garrett Pike have found the back of the net. It's Utah 3, Rapid City 0. We played 9 minutes. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Grizzlies lead 3-0. Draws going to be in Utah's zone right circle. Fitz picked up an assist on the Pike goal, so he has 1 goal and 1 assist. Utah wins a draw. Pike will nudge it ahead towards Berg. Berg left wing at center ice. He'll chip it in. Messner chases after it. Rapid City gets there first as Borshov will throw it towards the right corner. As he rush spread the ice. Very silent crowd here at the Monument as they're down 3. Rush over the offensive line. Wall, right side. A bounce went off the Utah backboards. Wagner, sharp angled shot saved by Barczewski. It bounced off his pads. Barczewski's able to cover up, and he holds on with 10:31 left in the first. Grizzlies have had some breakthrough performances offensively. In fact, we think a couple weeks ago, back when Utah won 7-6 in a shootout against the Allen Americans. And really over the last couple months, Grizzlies have picked it up offensively. Right now, they're in the middle of the pack in goals per game at 3.1 per contest. They've been about in the middle of the pack in terms of league rankings all season long in some offensive categories. Grizzlies get it. Adam Berg's got a breakaway, skates down the middle, backhand shot, saved by Murphy. Boy, he holds on. Looked like Berg saw Fitz and Manning score on backhand attempts, and Fitz thought it was a good idea. His backhand attempt was thwarted by Connor Murphy as Berg was looking to make it a 4-0 game. Boy, if Berg would have just kind of raised the puck just a little bit more over Murphy's left shoulder, it would have been a 4-0 game. But otherwise, it's now 3-0. Berg finishes up his second season as a Grizzly. Started the year in the EIHL, played about 9 games there, then re-signed with the Grizzlies back in mid-November. Berg this season, 49 games, has 6 goals and 10 assists. Rush have it deep in their own zone. We played about halfway through this first period, almost 10 minutes. Rush will dump it in. Barczewski behind his net will drop it for Lemaster, and he'll spin it as it goes off a Rapid City stick out of play off the protective netting. The puck will stay in play. Nobody will come away with a souvenir. Draws give me the Grizzlies zone right circles. The Grizzlies will switch up skaters. Aaron Aragon and Dylan Fitz each have A's on their sweaters, and they have been great team leaders for the Grizzlies all year. Aragon's finishing up his second year with the Grizzlies. He has played in 52 games. Tonight's game 53, and he has 5 goals and 5 assists. Utah wins the draw. Dashke will whip it off the near wing wall. Armstrong chases after it. Aaron Hyman strides after it, and icing is on the Grizzlies with 9:55 left in the first. Dashke talking things over with Grant Gabriel. Gabriel's been a strong addition for the Grizzlies over the last few weeks. First half of the season, Dashke was paired up with Brian Hume, and that was probably one of the best defensive pairings in the league. Yuna spent the second half of this season in the AHL with the Colorado Eagles. Aragon will take the draw against Wagner. Utah wins the draw. Fitz will fire it off the Utah backboards. Dashke wins the one-on-one battle. He gets to Armstrong and clears it out to center as Canyon will throw it towards the Rapid City bench. Fans stomp their feet. First time the Rapid City fans have made some noise in a while. As the Rush get out to center ice, and they'll spin it along the wall. Barczewski behind his nets will curl it off the glass and goes out of play. No delay of game as it bounced off the glass. It almost looked like Barczewski was looking to do just that. So draws going to be in the Grizzlies zone. 9:30 left in the first. Utah leads 3-0 on goals from Dylan Fitz, Luke Manning, and Garrett Pike. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the best for less sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on a set of 4 tires. Choose from a wide selection of our longest lasting, best performing tires, and every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. With a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. It's our best deal on our best tires with the best service in the business. Get more from less.
Utah leads 3-0. 9:30 is the time remaining first period. Luke Lemaster's got 2 assists. Dylan Fitz has 1 goal and 1 assist. Fitz scored 2:48 in with Lemaster and Aragon getting the assist. Manning scored unassisted 3:50 in, and then Pike made it a 3-0 game. He scored 5:55 in, and on that goal, Fitz and Lemaster got the assists. Grizzlies cross center ice. Wood over the line, trying to drop it for Manning as the puck is picked off. Rapid City's got a 2-on-1. They race towards the right side. Righty shot, saved by Barcheski. Jonathan Yancey took the shot from the right wing. After the shot, he got nudged down by Grant Gabriel. Barcheski makes a stop. He has saved each of the first 4 he has seen. Grizzlies still lead 3-0. They have outshot the Rush 7-4. Luke Manning talking things over with Cooper Jones. Manning, you talk about team leaders, and Luke Manning's about as solid as it comes. He's an outstanding guy. He's celebrating a birthday tomorrow, and it's his first full season as a pro. And I think the Grizzlies have gotten everything they wanted out of Luke Manning. He has appeared in 67 games this year. He has 17 goals and 21 assists, with the one tonight being his 17th of the season. Bowman skates towards the left side. He's being shadowed by Wood. Bowman reverses the puck along the wall towards the right side. As Sheffer stops on a dime near Manning. As the rush, Parker Bowman gets thrown to the wall by Arujo. Now Bowman gets a rough ride towards the far corner from Arujo. Rapid City gets it across. Chase Paul's right wing. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by Barcheski about shoulder high. He holds on without a rebound as Paul's fired it off the right shoulder of Barcheski, and he was somehow able to corral it. 8:38 is the time remaining first period, and Utah still leads 3-0. We haven't had a power play yet in this game. How about this for an interesting coincidence? Utah and Rapid City have identical power play numbers. Both teams are 48 for 244 on the power play this season. Both clubs are 19.7% on the man advantage. But we've been skating 5-on-5 this whole time. Special teams certainly played a big factor in Rapid City's 3-2 win on Wednesday night, as they were 2 for 3 on the power play. On Friday, power play didn't really make much of an advantage. One team was 0 for 2, and the other was 0 for 1. I think the Grizzlies were 0 for 1, if I remember right. Connors will take the draw on the right wing with Denny Gore. Looks like there are some assist changes. We'll get to those in a little bit. Connors, St. Lawrence product, 6'2", about 200 pounds. Off the draw, Lemaster gets up, hit up high. He'll skate towards the right wing as wall back in. Shot saved by Barcheski. Rebound shot saved by Barcheski again. Second shot was taken by Denny Gore. Referee David Lilly jumps out of the way of Pike as he was near the puck. Looked like Masha Donato get hit up high, no penalty. Now towards the left side. Righty shot by Gore, saved by Barcheski. Lebster gets the puck. He's in the right corner. Throw it in front of Barcheski's net. Goes tape to Lemaster. He left wings to Masha Donato, trying to find Lebster. It's wide of the mark. 2-on-2. Gore right circle. Signing pass to Wagner. It ended up about chest high. Barcheski lost his stick, but Wagner couldn't get much of a piece of it as it stays a 3-0 game. Boy, it would have been a close call as to whether the puck was played with a high stick if Wagner would have scored on it. As Rush throw it towards the Grizzlies line. Rapid City will switch up forwards. Dashke, right wings a pass cross ice to Connors. He avoids a check and enters with momentum. Connors will drop it for Lebster in the right circle. He gets it taken away. Rush with a long-range pass. Wagner gets it the Utah line. He'll skate horizontally now, move it to Bennett down the middle of the ice. It's tapped away by Masha Donato. And swinging and missing was Parker Bowman, number 43. Connors over the Rapid City line. Throws to Berg. Berg stops in the left corner. He keeps his feet moving. He gets up top to Dashke. He tries to fire towards the net, and it goes high into the air. Griffin Ness swung and missed. He gets the puck, though, to Ness, and he'll skate around Rapid City's net towards the near side as he throws a Rapid City player along the boards. Ness getting physical. He's appeared in 73 games this season. He's a first-year pro, and he's going to be a solid one for years to come. Rapid City behind their net as Mitchell Smith, number 3. He'll slide it across as both teams will spread the ice. Less than 7 minutes left in the first period. Rush gets to center ice, and they sky one towards Barcheski. He gloves it, no whistle, so he keeps the play alive. Dashke rolls along the near wing wall to Berg. Berg ahead to Arujo with momentum. He'll skate towards the left circle. Arujo centering pass out to Ness, but a Rapid City player gets a stick in the way, and that was Borshov, number 25. His first name's Artyom. He's scoreless in 14 games this season. Jones off the far wing wall. Ness gets in near the Utah bench. He'll push it to the middle of the ice for Arujo across the center ice. Arujo dumps it in as the Grizzlies will make a line change. Arujo and Berg will sprint off. Cooper Jones is on the ice as he's paired up with Pike. As Rapid City gets the center ice, they step over the offensive blue. They try to get around Cooper Jones. B took it away as the puck slides towards Armstrong. And Army will fire it off the left wing boards. And icing is going to be on the Grizzlies. 6:04 left in the first. During the middle of the season, the Grizzlies went through quite a few defensemen, And getting Garrett Pike over the last month and a half from the AHL's Colorado Eagles has certainly stabilized things. You talk about the addition of Luke Lemaster. Right now he's got 2 assists listed, but they're going to make some assist changes after looking at some replays. We'll check on that in a little bit. He's been a key addition over the last month, and Cooper Jones and Matt Araujo have earned a ton of ice time with what they have done over the last month and a half. And for Cooper Jones, probably since the middle of January when he was acquired in a trade with Jacksonville. Puck is skied off a Rapid City glove. It goes back to New Trice. Rush Rihanna from the right wing as David Gagnon gets spun around by Cooper Jones. Fitz in the area. So is Aragon. A scrum along the right corner as Fitz has already got 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. He will loft it over Coelho's head. Puck up deep in the rush zone. And icing's on the Grizzlies with 5:30 left in the first. As referee David Lill is probably going to ask Cooper Jones to come back on the ice. As Jones tried to sneak off, but with the icing call, he's going to stay out there. Draws going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Utah, it's normally the second periods where they've been outstanding, but tonight it's the first period where the Grizzlies have gotten things going offensively. Aragon will take the draw against Denny Gore. Aragon wearing number 15. He wins the draw. As Pike will move it ahead to Armstrong. Off the stick, Armstrong races after it in the rush zone. Grizzlies will get 4 players off the ice. Now Armstrong will race off the ice as Rapid City still has it in their own zone. Rush get to New Trice. Constantino being shadowed by Wood. Long-range pass from Constantino looking for Wagner. It glanced off the stick. It goes deep in the Grizzlies zone. Wagner delivers a big-time blow on Garrett Pike. Grizzlies will toss it off the near wing wall. It goes out to center ice on an outlet pass, but Rapid City gets it back. Gore tried to nudge it ahead about 10 feet. It's one-handed by Pike as Rush get the puck. They're in their own zone, skating from left to right as Friesen took it away, but it's nudged by Gore back deeper into the rush zone. Constantinou stops behind his goaltender. Tonight is Connor Murphy. It's the 3rd different goaltender Rapid City has used in this series. As a rush down the middle of the ice, Gore dangles, or Constantino dangles back and forth and move it ahead to center ice. Wood takes it away. He gets to Manning, but Manning gets a poke by Wagner. Now to the left wing. Friesen has it at center ice. He'll get to Dashku, enter, surrounded by 4 rush skaters. Dashku will bounce one off of Wagner. And the rush now get it to Wagner on a pass up the middle of the ice. Wagner, right wing, lefty shot. Kick saved by Barcheski, and the puck flies out of play off the protective netting. 4:16 left in the first. Utah leads 3-0. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the best for less sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on a set of 4 tires. Choose from a wide selection of our longest lasting, best performing tires, and every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. With a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. It's our best deal on our best tires with the best service in the business. Get more from less.
It's the Grizzlies 3, Rapid City nothing. There's 4:16 left in the first period. Dylan Fitz scored 2:46 in. Garrett Pike and Luke Lemaster got the assist. Luke Manning made it a 2-0 game. He scored on a backhand attempt from the right wing. Manning now has 17 goals on the year. And then 5:55 into the first, it was Garrett Pike getting his second of the year. Fitz and Lemaster with the assists. It's already a multiple-point game for a few Grizzlies. As Rapid City has the puck. They're in the offensive zone, right point. Smith moves it across. Now down the middle of the ice. Rapid City walks in, backhand shot, saved by Barcheski. Boy, Mitchell Smith was able to walk down the middle of the ice as Connors collided with Bowman. Grizzlies get it out to center ice. Utah will move it ahead. Dashke over the line, left side, drops it for Lebster. He dangles back and forth. Centering pass out to Connors, goes wide of the mark as it went over his stick. Dashke, left wing, will pedal towards a high slot, and he'll slide it to Gabriel, right wing. Gabriel skates to the right circle, take a righty shot, saved by Murphy. Rebound goes to Connors. Connors will switch places with Gabriel on the ice. Connors will pitch it towards the right corner, but Rapid City picks it off, and they'll bounce it off the far wing wall. Connors takes Rapid City off the puck. Good play by Riley Connors. Well, he's now standing defensive forward. Grizzlies ice the puck, and the whistle blows with 3:25 left in the first. But Connors out in open ice just took the body and took Rapid City off the puck. And Riley Connors, he gets a pat on the back from Christian Horn on an outstanding defensive effort. Keaton Maldonado, hands on sticks. He's certainly been a busy performer for the Grizzlies. Last night was ECHL game number 100 in his career. And so far this season, he has 19 goals and 29 assists in 52 games. Off the draw, Hyman, right side, or make that Pauls. His shot is blocked away by Lebster. Stick in a high slot. Lefty shot saved by Barczewski. Boy, there's some traffic out in front. Barczewski didn't have great vision on it, but he was able to corral it about waist high with 3:16 left in the first. We mentioned the Grizzlies already with a multiple point game. Garrett Pike and Dylan Fitz each have 1 goal and 1 assist. And Luke Lemaster has 2 assists. Lemaster, as well as Pike, reach a +3 for the Grizzlies in the first period. And Lemaster is one of 4 Grizzlies players who were a +3 in last night's game. So he's a +6 both tonight and last night and in the first period here tonight. Grizzlies get the puck. Ness out to center ice, trying to get to Berg as they were stepping over the Rapid City line. Puck goes back to neutral ice, and Cooper Jones will race back to the Utah line. Grizzlies spread the ice. Jones sauced it to Araujo. Will skate back deeper in the Grizzlies zone as Araujo will slide one across to Jones. Jones bounces one off of Berg's skate. Berg regathers the puck and he'll skate down the middle. He's got great speed. Bird now on the left wing. Across to Jones. Jones outlets to the right side looking for Griffin Ness. It goes past him. Ness didn't get a piece of it, and Utah gets called for icing with 2:33 left in the first. We mentioned Lemaster. He was a +3 last night. Lebster, Maldonado, and Pike were also a +3. So both Lemaster and Pike are a +6 since the start of last night's game. And that includes just 4 periods. So you're talking about a defensive pairing that has really gotten the job done. Well, there's a lot of scratches for the Grizzlies. We'll get to some of those guys. They were key members of this season's club. Rapid City has a draw high slot. Wall lefty shot saved by Barczewski. And he snatched it about chest high around the Grizzly logo at the front of his black jersey. He holds on as Barczewski has saved all 12 he has seen so far. One of the guys who's been out for over a month now was Neil Shea. And you talk about a guy that was probably headed to a 30-plus goal scoring season. Shea in 36 games for the Grizzlies had 19 goals and 20 assists. And he had some key moments, including winning the game in overtime on February 8th, 7 seconds into OT as the Grizzlies got a victory over Tulsa. It's skied in by the Grizzlies, deep into the Rapid City zone. Rush get the puck back as Utah leads 3-0. All 3 of the goals came in the first 6 minutes of the game. Hyman crosses center ice. He dumps it in. Lemaster will get it out towards Craig Armstrong, who lets Aragon play it. Aragon over to Armstrong left wing, but it goes past him. Rapid City in control of the puck is Aaron Hyman, one of 7 defensemen for Rapid City tonight, as Luke Milamach is out for the second straight game. He got hurt in the first period on Wednesday. As Hyman spins it across, Rapid City gets the center ice left wing, and they'll chip it into the right corner. Bouncy puck, Lemaster will brush it towards Armstrong. Goes past him onto Fitz, who's got 2 points here tonight. Armstrong gets it. He races over the offensive line. He had 1 assist on Wednesday. Armstrong, right point, lefty shot goes wide as he comes off at the end of a shift. Friesen gets pushed by Gagnon. Rapid City has the puck deep in their own zone. 1.5 minutes left in the first. Rush have outshot the Grizzlies 12-8. Utah has goals from Fitz, Manning, and Pike. Puck bounces like a basketball off of Friesen's skate. He'll slide it back into the Grizzlies zone for first team all-league, Derek Dashke. He'll race past Wagner. He accelerates over the offensive line, stops in the right point, and he'll bounce it in deep as Wood chases after it, as does Friesen. Gore hits Friesen in the back. Wood gets the puck. He'll skate around Rapid City's net towards the near side. Try to bounce one out in front to Manning, but the pass is wide of the mark. Rapid City comes back the other way. Rush quick in the transition game. Gore in the right wing skates towards the corner. I try to feed Dalton Skelly. It's picked up by Wood, who throws it off the near wing wall, but not out. As Dashke sweeps it around Gore. Taking the puck is Skelly. He stops on the right side. He was particularly good on Wednesday. Over to Wagner, high slot, lefty shot save. Rebound shot, Coldwater's kick save by Barczewski, and he covers it up. What a stop by Jake Barczewski with his left pad. And a Rush player was thrown into the crossbar after the whistle. Boy, that's got to be the second best save Barczewski's made all season. Remember that stop he had on January 11th against Kansas City? That one's just about as good. Barczewski on a rebound just kicked his left pad out, and he denied the top forward line for Rapid City. Boy, Wagner took a shot. Barczewski kind of flexes himself a little bit. As remember, he got hurt a little bit during that Tahoe series as he got laid onto a week ago. He stayed in the game 8 days ago and picked up a victory, 4-3 over Tahoe. Barczewski flexes both knees, but looks like he's good to stay in the game. 36.2 seconds left in the first. Utah still leads 3-0. Rapid City wins the draw. Constantine fires towards the net, gets redirected and slides towards the far corner. As the fans want a penalty, none to be had. We've been skating 5-on-5 this whole time. Jones over to Lebster, back towards Jones over the line. He stops just outside the left circle, trying to move it across. It glanced off a stick, and it flies out of play into row 2. As the fan comes away with a frozen vulcanized rubber disc. 20.6 seconds left in the first, and the Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. During the first intermission, we're going to go over some scores from around the world of sports. It seemed like everybody in the Grizzlies locker room was tuned in to round 3 of the Masters. We'll go over that leaderboard. NHL scores, and we'll go over, it's game 72 for all 8 teams in the Mountain Division. We'll give a recap of that. There's still some playoff seeds to be decided, although all 4 teams. Rapid City ices the puck with 14 seconds left in the first. Draw is going to come back towards Rapid City goaltender Connor Murphy. We know that Kansas City is going to be the 1 seed in the Mountain Division. We're not sure about 2, 3, and 4 with 1 game left in the regular year. Connors will take the drives out there with Lebster and Masher Donato. A defensive pairing of Matt Araujo and Cooper Jones. Araujo's looking to get some revenge against his former team. He played in 21 games for Rapid City and had no points, and he's really picked it up as a member of the Grizzlies. Connors thought he was kicked out of the face-off circle, and the referee said, one of the linesmen said you can come back in. Utah wins the draw. Jones, high slot, will take a righty shot that goes over Murphy's head. Puck ricochets off the glass. Gore will bounce one to new tries. Bennett sweeps one across to Wagner. He'll skate over the offensive line. 2 seconds left. He'll drop it off, and that will do it for 20 glorious minutes of Utah Grizzlies hockey, as Utah got goals from Dylan Fitz, Luke Manning, and Garrett Pike. Pike and Lemaster are each a +3 tonight, and they are a +6 since the start of Friday night's game. Rubber match of a 3-game set. Utah's off to a quick start. And remember, the Grizzlies have been a strong second-period club offensively as well, as Utah's tied for 3rd in the league in second-period goals with 89. Fan appreciation night here at the Monument, and it's been all Grizzlies so far, as Mick Messner's on the Grizzlies bench talking with Christian Horn. Messner's been an outstanding team leader for the Grizzlies, and this is his second full year with the club. We'll come back and recap the first period, and we'll also go over some NHL scores, and we'll go over a bit of a recap over the Mountain Division as well. After 20 minutes, it's the Grizzlies 3 and the Rush 0. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West, or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
First intermission here at the Monument. It's Utah Grizzlies 3 and the Rapid City Rush nothing. Last night, the Grizzlies, from start to finish, played one of their best 60 minutes worth of hockey all season. They came away with a 5-2 victory. Riley Connors had 2 goals. Barczewski was outstanding. Evan Friesen and Luke Manning each had 1 assist. Pike and Lebster each had 2 assists. Normally, it's been the second period that's been the money frame for the Grizzlies, but tonight, Grizzlies' first 6 minutes, they announced their presence with authority as Dylan Fitz got Utah on the board on a backhand shot from the right wing. It's his 10th of the season. Pike and LeMaster picked up the assist. And what about Dylan Fitz? You talk about a guy that was acquired for Brian Bowen in March of 2022. Fitz was outstanding the rest of that regular season for the Grizzlies, and he was really a key piece to that Mountain Division title club and the Grizzlies going to the Western Conference Finals. He scored some big goals. Remember the game that Dastu scored 2 goals in the final minute, or the Grizzlies scored 2 goals in the final minute of play. Nick Henry tied it up, and then Dastu with about 8 seconds left to give Utah a 2-0 series lead. But you can't forget about the 2 goals that Fitz had in the third period to get the Grizzlies back in that game. Fitz now has 59 goals and 56 assists in a Utah uniform. It's his 215th game with Utah, and he now has a goal in 2 of the 3 games this series as he scored in the second period on Wednesday night in the 3-2 loss. Fitz's goal was assisted by Garrett Pike and Luke LeMaster, and they have certainly developed quite a bit of chemistry over the last handful of games. A minute 4 later, it was Luke Manning on a backhand attempt from the right wing. He scored unassisted. It's Manning's 17th of the year. He has a goal in all 3 games in this series, and it is his 10th goal since February 1st. So Luke Manning's really picked it up. He's celebrating a birthday tomorrow, and it's an early birthday gift to himself, I imagine, as Manning made it a 2-0 game. 2 minutes later, in fact, 2:05 later, 5:55 into the first period, Pike was all alone in the left circle. Actually, was outside the left circle. He saw a lot of daylight, just skated towards the left circle with all sorts of momentum. And it was a pretty similar shot to how he scored at Maverick Center on March 29th for his first pro goal. But the type of shot he has, I got to imagine in future years, Pike's going to get about 7 to 10 goals per season. He gets the second of the year in a Utah uniform. Fitz and LeMaster picked up the assist. And remember, for Garrett Pike, it's his 19th game as a Grizzly. He spent 29 games with the AHL's Colorado Eagles earlier this year. So Fitz and Pike each have 1 goal and 1 assist. LeMaster has 2 assists for the Grizzlies. Pike and LeMaster, as we mentioned before, are each a +3. Armstrong, Fitz, and Aragon are each a +2 for the Grizzlies. And that's been one of Utah's better forward lines in this series. Neither team had a power play in the first period. We mentioned the uncanny coincidence that both clubs are identical in the power play numbers this season. Both teams are 48 of 244 on the power play this year, as both clubs are at 19.7%. Rapid City outshot Utah 16-8 in the first period. And Jake Barczewski, one of the fun things about seeing him all year is he makes those great highlight saves. He's a terrific athlete. He moves well side to side. And we've seen him make some amazing saves. For my money, the best save of the year in the league was what Barczewski did on January 11th against Kansas City, where he was laying on his side. Kansas City had the puck in the right wing, and he just kind of crawled on his side and made a glove save that where if he were standing, it'd probably be about knee high, and he was able to snatch it. And, he was outstanding that series, and really it was – from about the end of December on, really past Christmas. I don't know what he got as a Christmas gift, but Barczewski really has had an outstanding second half of the season. And really, if you take away the first 2 months of the year, Barczewski's probably looking at a 906, 907 save percentage kind of season. Rapid City's playing for a winning record. They're 31, 6-3. They're a 500 club. And for Barczewski, he's playing to become a winning goaltender. He came into play tonight with a record of 15, 2-1. So if he gets a victory, his personal record will be at over the 500 mark on the season. Utah leads 3-0. Among the 8 shots Utah had, nobody had more than one, and obviously Fitz Manning and Pike made them count with goals in the first 6 minutes of play. Well, when we come back, we will go over some other scores across the National Hockey League. The Utah Hockey Club is in action as they take on the Dallas Stars. We'll also check in on the Colorado Avalanche as they are in action against the LA Kings. That game might have gone final as I think it was played a little bit earlier in the afternoon. Good crowd here at the Monument, but they haven't had much to cheer about. There are some Grizzlies fans over near the Grizzlies bench. I saw about 10 people in Grizzlies jerseys. Even about 3 or 4 rows behind the Grizzlies bench, there are some Grizzlies green being worn as well. And it looks like everybody in the Grizzlies jerseys having a good time here as well. And they were treated to an outstanding weather week in the Black Hills. It was over 80 degrees yesterday. Today, not much wind and about 70 degrees. Absolutely perfect weather to be outside. And even though things have chilled a little bit here, obviously with the ice here at the Monument, but it's certainly a great night for hockey as both teams are looking to end the regular season in style. The Grizzlies are hoping to win 2 in a row to end the regular year, and they're off to a good start as they lead 3-0. Rapid City's outshot Utah 16-8, but Jake Barczewski's been a brick wall in net for Utah. When we come back, we'll go over some NHL scores. We'll also recap the Mountain Division season as the playoff race is certainly interesting. A few teams are normally in the postseason or on the outside looking in. There were a few surprises in the division as well. And we'll talk about that later on in the first intermission. It's the Grizzlies 3 and the Rush 0. You're listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
First intermission, Utah leads Rapid City 3-0 as Utah's looking to even up the season series against Rapid City as the Grizz are 4-5 against the Rush this year, but they've had some success, have the Grizzlies in this building as Utah is 3-1 at the Monument against Rapid City. Let's go over some scores along the National Hockey League. After 2 periods over in Dallas, the Utah Hockey Club has a 4-3 lead over the Dallas Stars. Wyatt Johnston got a power play goal to give the Stars a 1-0 lead, 2:48 in. Utah got a power play of their own as Barrett Hayton scored his 20th of the year. Sergachev and Gunther picked up the assists. Barrett Hayton's one of my favorite players. It seems like every time I see him, he does something great. Him and Jack McBain, those are the 2 I keep saying Grizzlies players. Kind of wish I was, you talk about guys that wear salt black, mountain blue, and salt white. It's actually a rock black that they wear over downtown. Score is tied at 1 after 1 period as Hayton got his 20th of the year, 8-11 on a tip-in from a Sergachev shot. Dallas took a 2-1 lead as Brendan Smith scored his first of the year. It was a shorthanded goal 32 seconds into the second. Sean Dursey, of all people, ties it up at 2 as he got a power play goal with Cooley and McBain getting the assists. Logan Cooley's an outstanding young player. He gave Utah a 3-2 lead. He scored 7:04 with a wrist shot. Oli Mata with the assists. Utah made it a 4-2 game as Josh Doan scored a power play goal. Utah has 3 power play goals in the first 2 periods tonight in Dallas. McBain and Cooley with the assists. So Logan Cooley with 1 goal and 2 assists for Utah. And late in the second period, Jason Robertson scored his 35th of the year to cut into the Utah lead. As it's now a 4-3 game, and that's where they sit after 40 minutes of play. Utah has outshot Dallas 23-17. Veggie's in net once again for Utah Hockey Club. He was named team MVP, and he's certainly been a workhorse, and he's an outstanding young goaltender that Utah fans are going to come to enjoy for many years to come. The Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, lost 5-4 in regulation to the LA Kings. Alex Laferriere had 1 goal and 2 assists to lead the LA attack, and Kevin Fiala had 2 goals. Quentin Byfield had 1 goal and 2 assists as LA came away with a 5-2 victory over the Colorado Avalanche. Other games have gone final in the National Hockey League. Hurricanes over the Rangers 7-3. Blue Jackets wall up the Capitals 7-0. In a shootout, Flyers defeat the Islanders 4-3. Bobby Brink had the shootout game winner for Philadelphia. In a shootout, Panthers come away with a 3-2 victory over the Sabres. Anton Lundell had the shootout game winner. In overtime, Mitch Marner scored 36 seconds in as the Maple Leafs defeat the Canadiens 1-0. In a shootout, boy, a lot of close games in the National Hockey League. Jets over the Blackhawks 5-4. Cole Perfetti with the shootout game winner for Winnipeg. Getting underway in a few minutes from now, Wild are at the Canucks. If you ask a lot of people here at the Monument, they would say they're Minnesota Wild fans. It seems like the type of market, despite the fact that the Calgary Flames are the NHL affiliate of the Rapid City Rush. Remember, Minnesota was an affiliate with Rapid City for a while, and there are certainly a lot of Minnesota Wild fans here in South Dakota. Wild are 3-5-2 in the last 10 games, and the Canucks are 5-4-1. Also getting underway at 8 o'clock, the Predators are at the Golden Knights. Vegas is certainly a Stanley Cup contender. They are 48-22-9 on the season. And how about the St. Louis Blues? 8-2 in their last 10 games. They have really played some great hockey. I know the Barczewski family is certainly excited about their Stanley Cup hopes. St. Louis is at Seattle. That game's going to get underway in about 10 minutes from now. When we come back, we'll go over some four-letter league scores. We'll also recap the Mountain Division as it's an extended intermission here in the Black Hills. Utah leads 3-0. Dylan Fitz and Garrett Pike each have 1 goal and 1 assist. Luke LeMaster has 2 assists, and Luke Manning has also found the back of the net for the 17th time this season. It's Utah 3, Rapid City 0. We're back for more intermission coverage in 1 minute. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the Best for Less sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on a set of 4 tires. Choose from a wide selection of our longest-lasting, best-performing tires, and every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. With a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no-hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. It's our best deal on our best tires with the best service in the business. Get more from less.
Utah leads 3-0 after 1 period of play. About 7 minutes of real time until we have second period action at the Monument. You know, a lot of Grizzlies fans considering the rivalry that Utah has with Idaho. I know they were thrilled to see the Idaho Steelheads miss the postseason for the second time in team history. Idaho's closing out the regular year with a game at Idaho Central Arena against the Kansas City Mavericks. And after 1 period, Kansas City leads 1-0 as Nolan Sullivan got his 9th of the year, 15:45 into the first. Other Mountain Division action, it's game 72 of 72 for all 8 Mountain Division teams. Tulsa leads Allen 5-2. Tulsa clinched a playoff spot yesterday. The Oilers have goals from 5 different players. Reed Petrick had a hat trick last night, and he got the party started 57 seconds into the first period. Tulsa scored their first 3 goals of the game in the first 4 minutes and 8 seconds of regulation. Former Grizzly Cole Frazier scored with 4 seconds left in the first period. And Brad Morrison, the former Fort Wayne forward, scored a second period goal for the Americans. Tulsa 5, Allen 2. There's still some interesting seeding to be done in the final day of the regular season. Tahoe's in second place with 88 standings points. Wichita is in third place with 87 points. Tulsa is in fourth place with 86 points. Now, obviously, if Tulsa wins and Wichita loses in regulation, Tulsa would be the 3 seed. But then you got Tahoe, who later tonight takes on Wichita. So obviously somebody's going to win that game. If Tahoe gets a victory, they will have the 2 seed in the Mountain Division. They will have home ice advantage in the first round. Kansas City has been in first place pretty much all season, and the Mavericks will be the 1 seed, and it's still to be determined who they will face in the first round, certainly since it looks like Tulsa is going to take care of business tonight against Allen. So there's still a bit of a question as to what's going to happen with the seeding in the Mountain Division playoffs. As Jim Mora would say, playoffs? Don't talk about the playoffs. Never mind. We're having some fun here on a Saturday night. Second period action will begin shortly here at the Monument. South Carolina wins their 17th straight game. They defeat Jeff Carr's Norfolk Admirals 5-2. Both teams are postseason bound. South Carolina will have home ice advantage throughout the playoffs. The game that just went final, Fort Wayne defeats Bloomington 3-1. So Fort Wayne, they're playoff bound as they get their 41st victory of the season. They will be the 2 seed in the Central Division. Toledo, as the Central Division locked up, they will be the 1 seed. It looks like Iowa has locked into the 3 seed, and Indy will be the 4 seed. So in the Central Division, first round matchups will be Toledo and Indy, and Fort Wayne will have home ice advantage against Iowa. Other action in the league, late third period. Reading leads Worcester 5-3. Games have gone final. Kalamazoo over Indy 4-2. No former Grizzlies with goals for the Indy Fuel, although former Grizzly defenseman Luke Salem had one of the goals for Kalamazoo. Wings 6, Fuel 4. Savannah defeats Jacksonville 5-3. As Savannah got goals from 5 different players. Savannah had a 40-14 edge in the shot count. Ghost Pirates are not headed for the postseason. The Jacksonville Icemen will be in the postseason. They will be the 3 seed in the South Division. They will face the 3-time defending champion Florida Everblades in the first round. At South Carolina will have home ice advantage against Orlando. Cincinnati gets a 5-2 victory over the Iowa Heartlanders. Goals from 5 different players for Cincinnati. O'Brien and McGuire had goals for Iowa in the loss. Florida comes away with a 6-1 victory over the Atlanta Gladiators. Former Grizzly goaltender Will Cranley got the victory last night, and tonight Cam Johnson saved 21 of 22. I hear a loud boo. The officials must be on the ice to start the second period. Other action in the league. Wheeling defeats Trois-Rivières 3-1. Both teams are postseason bound. And Maine defeats Adirondack 1-0. When we come back in 1 minute, we will have second period action. We'll see if the Grizzlies can maintain the 3-0 lead and possibly build on it. Obviously, Rapid City is going to come out with a little bit more resolve. So the Grizzlies have got to hold their ground and hold strong if they want to find a way to get 2 out of 3 games in this series. You've been tuned into the Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck.
We're about set for second period action here at the Monument as Utah leads Rapid City 3-0. Grizzlies already have 3 players of the multiple point game as Garrett Pike has 1 goal and 1 assist. Dylan Fitz also with 1 goal and 1 assist. And Luke Lemaster has 2 assists to lead Utah's attack. And Luke Manning now has a goal in all 3 games in this series as he picked up his 17th of the year, and that was the middle goal that was scored .350 into the first period. Grizzlies will skate from left to right as we see it from high top section E here at the Monument. Grizzlies will start with the same 5 that started the game, and Luke Manning with Evan Friesen and Briley Wood, and a defensive pairing of Luke Lemaster and Garrett Pike. And as we mentioned a few times now, Lemaster and Pike are each a +6 in their last 4 periods. They were a +3 in last night's 5-2 victory, and they were a +3 in this first period. Rapid City will start out with a forward line of Bennett, Gore, and Wagner, and that's Rapid City's top forward line. All 3 of those guys have 23 or more goals this season, and if you want to beat Rapid City, you got to find a way to slow those guys down, and the Grizzlies have done that over the last 4 periods. Those guys, well, all 3 of them had good nights on Wednesday, leading to Rapid City's 3-2 victory. Smith and Pauls are the starting defensive pairing for Rapid City in the second period. Grizzlies won the draw, and Wood will pitchfork it in. He leads Utah with 20 goals this season. Turnover, far goal line. Friesen tried to push the puck past Pauls, but he lost it. Rapid City will sky it out to center ice. Manning gets the puck, and he'll tap it off the near wing wall. Wood overskates it as Manning spins around Mitchell Smith. Now Wood delivers a hit deep in the rush zone. Rapid City comes up with it. Wagner with the rink-wide feed towards the Utah line. Now the rush will push it back. Pauls outlets to Wagner, tape-to-tape right wing. Wagner over the line. It's knifed away by Luke Lemaster. He'll spin the puck around. Wisconsin on Wisconsin crime as Wagner knocked over Lemaster. If I remember right, I think Ryan Wagner is a former Wisconsin Badger, and Luke Lemaster is as well. Bennett crosses center ice, gets around Manning. Left wing, toe drag, lefty shot saved by Barczewski. Now the puck gets deflected out of play. 19:03 is left in the second period. And it is Wisconsin on Wisconsin crime as Wagner delivered a big hit on Lemaster as Wagner played at Wisconsin for 4 seasons from 2014 through 2018. Drosky in the Grizzlies zone. Jake Barczewski is still in there. Remember, he got banged up a little bit on the unbelievable save he made with about a minute left in the first period. He looks like he's stretching out a little bit, but he's still in the game. Vinny Duplessis is the backup. Duplessis in his first full season as a pro. Gabriel gets towards Masho Donato near side after the Grizzlies won the draw. Now Coella takes it away. It's tapped away by Masho Donato. Left side, Gagnon fires it over Barczewski's head. Grizzlies come back the other way from left to right. Lebster, left wing crosses center ice, steps over the offensive line, skates towards the middle of the ice, drops it for Gabriel, skates the right goal line. Gabriel with the puck, he gets it tapped away. Rapid City gets it as Gagnon, David's his first name, gets towards center ice, and so step over the offensive blue, skates towards the left corner. He's cut off by Lebster, who's played a strong 2-way game all season. He's a guy that's going to be a keeper for many years to come. Connors to Masho Donato. He stops on the left point. He'll cycle it back behind Rapid City's net. As Rush take the puck, very quiet here at the Monument, about 2 minutes into the second period. Rush, speed the puck out off the near wing wall. It taps off a stick. Gabriel, Coella loses balance. He's on 2 knees. No move it ahead to Bowman. He'll skate towards the left circle. Lefty shot saved by Barczewski. And Jake holds on with 18:02 left in the second. So Drosky in the Grizzlies zone. Rush do have a pretty strong shot advantage. Neither team really cares about shots all that much. Both teams actually have a better record when they've been outshot. When being outshot this season, Utah's got a record of 14-24-2-1, but they only have 10 victories when they have outshot opponents, 10-14-3-1. Rapid City, incidentally enough, in 24 of their 30 victories this season, they have been outshot. So I guess the formula for both teams is to let the others fire away more than you fire away on the opposition. Puck towards the left corner. Messer in the area along with the Rougeau. Across around Utah's net to Jones. He'll outlet it to Berg, who sprints out to center ice. He'll swagger in left wing. Wall chasing after it. Berg drops it for Ness. He skates towards the far goal line. Back in shot saved by Murphy. Jones right wing righty shot. Glove saved by Murphy. He snatches it about chest high. He holds on. 17:33 is left in the first. It's still 3-0 Utah. But a good shift by Messner, Ness, and Berg. That's one of Utah's fast forward lines. Grizzlies do like to play with a ton of speed. And that forward line over the last couple of weeks has certainly developed quite a bit of chemistry. And really towards the tail end of the regular season, Grizzlies have been pretty consistent with their forward lines. And as a result, I don't think it's a surprise that the Grizzlies over the last 7 games are averaging close to 4 goals per game. And I don't think it's that much of a surprise as to why they've already got 3 here this evening. Grizzlies get it. Fitz with a 2-point game already. He'll bounce one towards the right corner. Murphy behind his net will sweep it towards the far corner. Rush skate from right to left during the period. Wall ahead, turnover. Aragon tried to bounce it to the middle of the ice for Armstrong. It goes off his skate. Jones on the right side. Nudges it to Fitz. Right circle. Will take a righty shot. Saved by Murphy. He snatched it about shoulder high. As he crouched down, Aragon was looking to redirect it. Murphy takes his helmet off, and he'll get some water. 17:08 left in the second period. Grizzlies will switch up skaters. Actually, they'll just switch up defensemen. Pike and LeMaster enter. But the Grizzlies will keep the forward line of Aragon, Armstrong, and Fitz on the ice. Quite a few rookies have been impressive for the Grizzlies this season. Utah wins the draw. Pike in his first season as a pro takes a shot, and that's blocked away by the stick of Braden Tuck. Ahead towards the Rapid City line. Coella muscles his way around Fitz. Now it's center ice. Fitz takes it away. He races into the left circle, dangling back and forth. Fitz overskates it. Now he gets on two knees, battling with Tuck. Fitz back to his feet. He continues his battle with Tuck. Grizzlies will sneak a line change. Fitz dances around to the left point, swirls. He'll drop it as Grizzlies from the left point will fire onto Murphy, who makes a save. Friesen took the shot as the puck towards Leopard. He lets it go to center ice. Pike chasing after it. No icing as the Rush make a quick line change. Pike thinking about an outlet pass. Now he gets a new try. So he'll move it to his right for Wood. Over to LeMaster. Back to Wood. He's in the right circle. He looked to center it towards Pike. It goes wide of the mark. Friesen gets the puck. He's being shadowed by Gore. Friesen around Rapid City's net towards the near side. He'll push it up top to LeMaster. He'll pedal towards the high slot. Take a righty shot that goes wide. As Wood gets pushed in the back by Gore. Taking it's Aaron Hyman around his net. And he just kind of lunged the puck towards Murphy, who couldn't cover up. Right wing loose puck. Gabriel gets it. He'll skate towards the right goal line. Trying to get it towards Wood. Rapid City will tap it and stays towards the near wing wall. As Gabriel delivers a push on a rush skater. High slot. Dashke lefty shot. Blocker saved by Murphy. Puck flips high into the air about 40 feet. Now it's towards the far side. Wagner trying to get it to head to Webster. Dashke keeps it in. Now Rapid City will sky it into the Grizzlies zone. It's gloved and dropped by Utah's Grant Gabriel. They'll move it to Dashke, back to Gabriel. They were teammates in juniors many years ago. Puck goes to Dalton Skelly. He outlets to the center ice. He bounces off the Mastrodonato stick. Rush will move it to the left side for Bennett. He'll drop it for Gore. Skates towards the left circle. Gore tried to feather it up top to Bennett. It's taken away. Now Bennett keeps it in. He'll bounce one towards the near circle. Grizzlies fired off the wall as Mastrodonato will tap it off the glass. Puck flips into the air. Bounces at center ice. Skelly trying to locate it. Dashke does. He's on the right side. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Murphy. Boy, Dashke tried to roof it. Top shelf move. Murphy didn't leave him much room. Puck off the near glass. Bennett lays it for Wagner. Skates over the line. Skates towards the left circle. Take a lefty shot that goes wide. He missed the net stick side. And the puck ricochets out of play off the protective netting. 14:51 left in the second. Draws give me the Grizzlies zone. I mentioned the first-year pros that have played well for Utah. There's an interesting race. Wood and Webster don't have a point, either of them tonight. Bradley Wood has 20 goals and 27 assists, 47 points on the year. Webster has 19 goals, 27 assists, and 46 points. So that's something to keep an eye out for if either guy either finds the back of the net or assists on a goal. Mastrodonato gets it. He's in his second year as a pro out of Canisius. Over to the left point. Skelly. He'll take a lefty shot, saved by Barczewski as he held on in a backhand catch. 14:42 left in the second. Drawn's going to be back in the Grizzlies zone. Griffin Ness is in his first year as a pro, and he's going to be a keeper, either for the Grizzlies or somebody else in this league. He might even have the talent, a good offseason, and maybe a little bit of luck. He can end up in the American Hockey League. Ness spent 2 games with Maine last year. He started this season playing in 59 games with Toledo. Last year, he actually played at the University of North Dakota for 4 years from 2020 through 2024. Webster deep in the rush zone, gets to Connors. He skates towards the right corner. Connors gets challenged. He gets his pocket picked by Smedsrud, who gets out to the left wing. Gagnon over the line, over to Smedsrud. One-timer goes wide. Puck towards the right side. Pauls feeds up top. Skelly moves to the right wing. Rush get it up top. Pauls, righty one-timer, saved by Barczewski, as he snatched it in the butterfly position with 14:10 left in the second. So Rush are up to 19 shots. Grizzlies have 13 here, as we played about 26 minutes in this game. When the Grizzlies made the trade in late February, getting Griffin Ness and Grant Gabriel. Remember, Gabriel is part of that trade. And Toledo got Cole Gallant. That was one of those where you kind of felt like it was going to be a win-win. Ness has 9 points in a Grizzlies uniform, 3 goals and 6 assists in 13 games. And Gabriel's been a strong addition over the last few weeks. He's got good size. He's got that great size-speed ratio that a lot of AHL teams look for. I got to imagine he might be with an AHL club, or at the very least, he'll probably get an AHL contract, and probably depends on the depth of the defensive organization as to where he lands next season. As Rapid City's in their own zone, skating from right to left, they get to Wall left wing. Wall will dance horizontally towards the Grizzlies bench. Now he'll swirl towards the near circle of Rapid City's zone. They'll move it across the rush out to center ice off of Bowman's stick. He battles with Pike as Pike avoids a high stick of Bowman. Lemaster gets the puck, and he'll tap it off the far glass. Lemaster, the Wisconsin-Alaska Fairbanks product. As the puck goes into the Grizzlies bench, Vinny Duplessis picks it up with his left hand, and he thinks about giving somebody the puck. As Duplessis shakes his right hand, and he'll toss it into row 2 of Section P. 13:35 is left in the second period. It's still Utah 3, Rapid City nothing. All 3 of the Grizzlies' goals came in the first 5 minutes and 55 seconds of the first period. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. 13:35 is the time remaining. Second period, Utah leads 3-0. Dylan Fitz and Garrett Pike each have 1 goal and 1 assist. Luke Lemaster has 2 assists, and Luke Manning has added a goal. So both of the Lukes have found the back of the net. I got to imagine, Reed Lepster certainly do. There's been 2 Reeds on the roster. Reed Stark played in a handful of games before he was released in late March. Grizzlies enter on side. Ness around Rapid City's net towards the far side. Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the period. Berg gets pushed in the back by Wall towards the boards. Ness trying to yank the puck away. Berg is strong with it. Skates towards the right corner, but Rapid City comes out with it. Russia played their top forward line many minutes. Bennett over to Wagner. We try to get it back towards Bennett, and it's sticked away by the Grizzlies. As Berg races over the offensive line, he'll swagger towards the right point. Stops, trying to get it towards Messner. It's taken away. Ryan Wagner, one-on-one over the offensive line, left wing. Toe drag, high slot, lefty shot, he scores! Ryan Wagner on a toe drag was able to fire it through Barczewski. Jake dove towards the net to try to cut it off. So it's Ryan Wagner's 29th goal of the season. And the Rush have cut into Utah's lead. It's now a 3-1 game. Well, both the Grizzlies goaltenders, I talked with them last night. They were hoping to get a shutout, as Utah this season will go without a goaltender shutout. Ryan Wagner gets one 7 minutes into the second period. We'll check later on if there's assists. Right now it's listed as unassisted. As the fans here at the Monument, not quite a sellout, but pretty close to it, as Denny Gore will race over the offensive line, skates towards the right circle. He'll take a righty shot that's blocked away by Pike. Grizzlies need to find a way here in the next couple shifts to get the momentum back. Rapid City, they're a team that plays with momentum. Russia well coached with Scott Burt, Chad Costello, and Peter Drikos. Out to center ice, Lemaster. As Bennett plays soccer, Fitz with the puck. He'll whip it around the boards. Left wing, Pike gets it. He's already got 2 points tonight. Centering pass, shot, saved by Murphy. Boy, Pike found Fitz out in front. Fitz shoveled towards the net, and Murphy made the stop about waist high. He holds on with 12:21 left in the second. Ryan Wagner was named second team All-League. He played his college hockey at the University of Wisconsin. He spent 23 games with the Grizzlies back in the 2019-2020 season. And surrounding that, he played 6.5 years in the American Hockey League, most of them with the Grizzlies AHL affiliate, the Colorado Eagles. Last year, he played with the Chicago Wolves. Apparently, he lives in the Rapid City area, bought a house, and his family lives in the Rapid City area. And so because of that, they are certainly optimistic that Ryan Wagner will be back in a Rush uniform this next season. And he's been their team MVP, no question about it. Rapid City wins the draw. They're in their own zone. They get to Leopard left side. Leopard over the offensive line. Lemaster pokes it away. Leopard tries to get it back. Wood now challenges Leopard. Grizzlies will fire it off the near glass, does Luke Manning, who's been a strong two-way forward all year. Rapid City skates back towards Murphy. Now Hyman being challenged by Wood. Hyman skates towards the near side. Wood took it away. Manning takes the puck. He shields Hyman from the puck. Now Manning around the net. He skates towards the left wing, fakes it to Pike. Manning pedals towards the high slot. Now he'll move it to his right. Wood over to Pike in the right corner. Back to Wood. He's got 20 goals this season. Wood back towards Pike. Referee David Lilly shields his face away from the play. Manning over to Wood. One-timer saved by Murphy. Boy, Murphy got hit in the face with a high stick. He stays in. No penalty. We haven't had one yet so far. As the puck is cleared by Rapid City. No icing as he got redirected by a stick at neutral ice. Lemaster runs it down. Leopard closes the gap, and Leopard wallops Lemaster deep in the Grizzlies zone. Wood moves out to center ice. Pauls with a right wing pass. As Leopard enters, he gets pushed in the back by Connors. Leopard gets it in deep. Puck slides behind Barczewski's net. As Connors in the area. And the rush. It looks like the rush score. Referee puts both palms in the air. No goal, says the referee. Boy, there was some action behind Barczewski's net. And it looked like Rapid City on a wraparound swept it in. The goal light went off. We're over in the corner near where Rapid City's defending in the second period. So, it was tough for us to spot up here, but the referee, David Lilly, was in the right place at the right time, and he says no call. The Rush fans are giving David Lilly their report card, and unfortunately for Lilly, it's not a passing grade. So it's still a 3-1 game. As I think everybody here in press row is trying to come up with a solution, but right now it's still a 3-1 game. Rapid City is the only team that's got a second period goal. It was Wagner, and even 7 minutes in. As Grizzlies, Mastro Donato will tap it off the near glass, no icing. As Chase Pauls runs it down. Pauls midseason addition for Rapid City. He'll toss off the far wall. Grizzlies keep it in. Dangling back and forth to Rougeau. He'll fire a lefty shot, and that's blocked away by Murphy. As Rougeau gets hit in the back by Gagnon. As Connors gets pushed along his left shoulder by Smedsrud. Chaz Smedsrud scored the game winner on Wednesday night. He'll bounce one off of Connors. Lepster on the right point keeps it in. He gets around Smedsrud. Centers to Connors. Righty shot. Oh, and hits the crossbar. Iron unkind. Boy, Connors had 2 goals last night, and he looked like he was going to score, but the iron denied Riley Connors. Crossbar to be specific. Grizzlies clear it out, and it looks like it's going to be icing on Utah. No, Murphy plays it. Looked like the linesman is kind of in the motion looking for an icing, but we play on. Constantino left wing. Tries to sweep it towards Gagnon. Puck goes back. Utah's got a 3-on-1 if they want it. Messner over to Berg. Right side. He'll take a lefty shot. Kick save by Murphy. Rebound goes towards Rapid City. Gagnon gets spun around by Mastro Donato. Puck up top but not out. Dashke to Gabriel. Messner right side. He takes a lefty shot and he gets his time and space taken away by Smedsrud. He's a big forward at 6'2" and 195 pounds. He looks bigger and stronger than that. Rush have the puck deep in their own zone. We played halfway through the scheduled 60-minute affair, 9:48 on a moving clock, second period. It's skied in by Smedsrud. Dashke throws it from one corner to the other. Gabriel hustles after it, loses his balance. He gets it back. He'll throw it towards neutral ice. Ness gets held up with Messner. Puck stays in the Grizzlies zone. Dashke fanned on a pass towards Berg. As we get a whistle, we get a penalty, and it's going to be on Dashke. Grizzlies touch it up, and hooking's going to be the call on Derek Dashke. First team all-league will go to the box. 9:29 left in the second period. It's the Grizzlies 3, Rapid City 1. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Derek Dashke gets 2 minutes for hooking. 9:29 left in the second period. Utah leads 3-1. Grizzlies got first period goals from Fitz Manning and Pike. Rapid City got a second period goal from Ryan Wagner, who leads Rapid City with 29 goals this season. Both teams are 48 for 244 on the power play this year. Both clubs are 19.7% on the season. Worcester's pretty close to both teams on their power play as well, as the Worcester Railers are 49 for 249. Draws over in the left circle. Watch out for Ryan Wagner. He has 24 power play assists to go along with 6 power play goals. Denny Gore leads Rapid City with 10 power play goals on the season. Draw one by the rush. Wagner, he's in the left wing. He'll move it to Gore, who's in the left point. Gore dangles back and forth towards the middle of the ice zone. Gets to Wagner, back to Gore. As he'll skate towards the left circle, and then back to Gore. One-timer goes wide. Looked like it was intentional, as there wasn't much of a shooting angle on the slot. The rush, get it back up top to Wagner, over to Bennett, who keeps the puck in the right point. Now gets to Wagner. He'll slide it towards the right circle. He'll take a lefty shot. That one goes wide. 9:03 is left in the second. As draw is going to be in the Grizzly zone. 1:34 is left in the power play. That shot was taken by David Gagnon, we believe. Gagnon has 5 goals in 19 games this season. Mick Messner will take the draw. He takes a lot of the key faceoffs for the Grizzlies on penalty kills. Nacho Donato's the other defenseman. I believe the 2 D-men are Pike and Lemaster. Draw one by Rapid City up top to Wagner. He's in the high slot. They'll move it to his right. Bennett, one-timer, saved by Barcheski in the butterfly position. He caught it about waist high, and he holds on with 8:57 left in the second. 1:28 left in Rapid City's first power play of the game. Rush have outshot the Grizzlies 22-16. You talk about first-year pros. We had talked about Armstrong, Wood, Lebster, guys like that, Garrett Pike. Lemaster's been strong. Lemaster will officially be a rookie next season, as I think the threshold's 25 games. Lemaster won't get there. Barcheski's been an outstanding rookie as well. As Wagner moves it towards the left circle for Gore, back to the middle of the ice. Bennett, one-timer. It hits the iron, and it flies out of play. Iron unkind. Remember, Riley Connors hit the crossbar a couple minutes ago. And in this case, it was Blake Bennett, who had 35 goals last year. And in 36 games, he's got 27 for the Rush. He started the season overseas, and Bennett came back, and he's just been scoring goals for the Rush, as he's probably going to be looking for an AHL job next season or somewhere overseas that will pay him a ton of money. Draws in the right circle. Grizzlies made a change during the last whistle. Was Connors taking the draw. Rapid City gets it. Bennett over to Wagner, who dances back and forth. Now he'll pedal towards his right, and he'll slide it to his left. Gore in the left circle. Now he skates outside the left circle. He surveys. He'll feed it to the left goal line. Puck off the skate, as it's collected by Gagnon back to the right wing. As Wagner over towards Gore. Gore, 10 power play goals this season. Takes a righty shot and didn't get much on it. Araujo was in the area. Araujo knows Rapid City's power play unit pretty well, as he was a member of the Rush for 4 months. As Gagnon throws to the near goal line. Rush, feather it across. Puck bounces off 2 sticks. Loose puck. Grizzlies get it, and they clear it out. Good job by Riley Connors and company. Connors and Manning, as well as Jones and Araujo. All 4 of those guys will come off. 25 seconds left in the power play. Rapid City keeps most of their unit out there. As Bennett out to center ice, he'll slide towards his right. Bennett drops it for Constantino over the line. He'll dangle towards the right circle, take a righty shot off of Barcheski's glove. Puck ricochets towards Utah's backboards. Rapid City centers it. Utah takes it away. And Berg will shuffle it deep into the rush zone. Berg chases after it. Constantino will cycle it back to Bennett, who gets to Wagner behind Rapid City's net. Out of the box is Dashke. Utah's 1 for 1 on the power play tonight. As Cooper Jones takes the puck, actually it's Lebster. He crosses center ice. Lebster skates over the line. He tried to split a double team. Rapid City poked it away from him. Now Connors has to go off his stick. Now out to Lebster. Shot saved by Murphy. Now Masha Donato shoots. Murphy makes a save. Connors swings and misses. Right side. Gabriel fires towards the net wide. Murphy back to his feet. Dashke off the Connors skate, and the puck slides towards Barcheski. 10 feet out of the crease. Barcheski will nudge it ahead about 2 feet towards Connors. And he'll drop it in front of the net for Gabriel. Dashke out to Lebster at center ice. He tried to feed Connors. Puck off a stick. Lebster gets it back. They'll move it to Masha Donato deep in the rush zone. Back to Lepster. Gets pushed by Constantinu. As Lepster goes down off of Constantinu, no tripping call. As Mastrodonato will pedal towards the far corner. Now he gets the puck. He'll sprint towards the left point. Now he'll slide towards his right. He's in the high slot. Righty shot is blocked by Wall. Gloved and dropped by Mastrodonato. He tried to re-enter the offensive zone, and the Grizzlies were offside. 6:29 left in the second period, and it's still a 3-1 game. So Draws going to be at neutral ice, rush territory. Aragon will take the drives out there with Fitz and Armstrong. We'll talk some Grizzlies hockey during the second intermission, go over some of our favorite memories during the regular season. One of my favorites was fishing night, February 15th, when Derek Dashke scored the game winner. As Utah won 6-5, Jake Barcheski saved 26 of 31 that night. Grizzlies have had some success on Saturdays. They are 12-9 on Saturdays, and they were pretty strong at home on Saturdays this year where they won 8 games, a lot of them in thrilling fashion. Fitz rolls it towards the far side for Araujo. Skate towards the left point. Araujo trying to get back to Armstrong off a Paul's stick. As Aragon skates towards the left circle, tried to start the Fitz, but he was boxed out by a rush skater 5 feet in front of the crease. Jones fires towards the net, and it's blocked as the puck slides back towards Jones. He gets a bear hug from behind with Jack Jeffers. Puck slides behind Rapid City's net. Fitz knifes it away. As Fitz skates towards the near corner that's now vacant. As he'll drop it for Aragon. Back to Fitz. Both guys have A's on their sweater. Fitz dangles back and forth in the right point. He fires a righty shot. It's blocked by Jeffers. Jeffers gets held up by Fitz. Puck towards Armstrong as he bounced off of Yancis. As Bowman skates towards the left corner. Thought about centering it. He got held up by Aragon. Grizzlies get it as Dylan Fitz will loft it to center ice. Puck bounces at center ice. No icing on the play. Grizzlies will get a line change in, but a hard-working shift by Fitz, Aragon, and Armstrong. Rink-wide feed angle left connects to Gore. He skates down the middle of the ice. He's in the slot. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by Barcheski. Puck pinballs around. Pike gets the puck at the far goal line. He'll get it ahead 2-on-2 at center ice. Manning steps over the offensive line. He's in the right wing. Manning moves it across. Tape to Friesen. Friesen tried to find a cutter out in front, and Garrett Pike with the pass misconnected. Wagner out to center ice. He tries to get around a Grizzly, but Utah will brush it back to center ice. Taking the puck with momentum's Friesen. He'll skate towards the right circle. Friesen dangles back and forth as Rapid City's Dalton Skelly catches up to him. Friesen gets held up along the near corner wall. Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the period. Manning feeds it up top to Wood, who keeps it in. Wood down the middle of the ice. Stick a righty shot. Saved by Murphy. Rebound. Utah gets tripped up. No call. Friesen on 2 knees. Throws it up top, but nobody was at the left point. As the puck will slide towards the Utah line. Run down by Friesen. He'll get it to Wood. Grizzlies re-enter with momentum. Wood gets around one skater. Now he stops before he gets to the corner. Spins around as he pirouetted around Borshov. Now Wood will bounce to the middle of the ice for Messner. Bouncing puck. He'll play hacky sack with it twice, but Rapid comes up with it. Wagner drops for Bennett, left wing. He'll skate towards his right. He acted as if he got hit with a high stick, and the referee was over in the left wing and bought it. As Bennett, it looks like he's in enough pain where he's hoping to draw blood, which would be a 4-minute power play. And I think that's what it is. Going to the box is Luke Manning. As Rapid City will be on the power play. I thought I saw 4 fingers from David Lilly. But then again, I need new glasses. It is a 4-minute penalty. Double minor for high sticking. As Luke Manning's in the box, Rapid City will be on the power play for the second time tonight. It's the Grizzlies 3 and the Rush 1. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the best for less sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on a set of 4 tires. Choose from a wide selection of our longest lasting, best performing tires, and every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. With a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. It's our best deal on our best tires with the best service in the business. Get more from less.
It's Utah 3, Rapid City 1. Rusher on the power play for 4 minutes. Double minor for high sticking. Luke Manning caught Blake Bennett up high, and Bennett drew blood. Now, sometimes you have a basketball game, no blood, no foul, but in this case, there was blood, so you got to call foul. Manning's in the box. Rapid City, their power play goes to work. Rusher 0 for 1 on the power play. This will be 2 separate power plays. Rapid City scores in the next 2 minutes. They will reset the clock to 2 minutes on the power play for the second portion of the double minor. Rapid City gets the puck. They win the draw as Wagner over to Gore. Rushgate from right to left during the period. Grizzlies from left to right. No black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim. Wagner tries to find a cutter out in front. Collision. Barcheski goes down, as does a Grizzly and a rush player. Barcheski slow to get to his feet. 2-on-2. Dashke fires towards the net. Saved by Murphy. Puck goes towards Messner, who lunged but couldn't reach it. Wagner out to center ice. 30 power play points this season. He'll spin the puck along the boards. Masher Donato, right wing, gets it to Dashke. He'll let it go to Jones in the near corner. Jones will helicopter it. It was played with a high stick by Gore, but no call as Rapid City keeps it in. Smedsrud over to Bennett. Messner tried to take it away. Bennett throws to the right side. Sorry, pass, shot, and a score. Gagnon out in front scores. That's now a 3-2 game. David Gagnon cut down the middle of the ice. He got a pass and connected as Gagnon gets the 6th of the year, and they will reset the power play number to 2 minutes. The Rush with a power play goal. It's their 49th power play goal of the season. So that does it for the first half of the double minor for high sticking. A lot of cowbells here at the Monument, and a lot of cowbells being rung by Rapid City fans, especially in Section E. So they reset the penalty kill number to 2 minutes. Rapid City gets their second goal, and this their 27th shot. David Gagnon was cutting in front of the net. He gets his 6th of the year. We're not sure who delivered the pass from the right point. Bennett was in the area, and we'll find out a little bit later. Grizzlies win the draw. It's now a 3-2 game as Lemaster will spin it in. Constantino will throw it behind his net for Mitchell Smith, number 3. Smedsrud with an assist. And the other assist on the Rapid City goal was scored by Blake Bennett. Rush in the offensive zone. Over on the right side, Grizzlies take it away. Utah's 6 shorthanded goals this season as Lepser dumps it in. Grizzlies are 6-0 when scoring a shorthanded goal. However, when they give up a shorty, they're 0-7. So see if the Grizzlies can find a way shorthanded to get some insurance here late in the second period. Constantino across the center ice, dangles back and forth. Shields a master from the puck, skates towards the right circle, righty shot. Right pad saved by Barcheski. Puck up top to Smith. As he gets spun around, Grizzlies take it, and clearing it out is Riley Connors. Puck off the glass, says the linesman, so no delay of game. Good call by Riley Hickey, one of the linesmen. David Lilly's the referee. The linesmen are Kyle Gaspari and Riley Hickey. So draws give me the Grizzlies zone. 1:07 left in the power play and 2:27. That's the time remaining second period as Utah leads 3-2. Grizzlies with 3 first period goals. Fitz, Manning, and Pike each scored in the first 5 minutes and 55 seconds of regulation. Rapid City has second period goals from Ryan Wagner. He scored an even 7 minutes into the second period. And David Gagnon scored 16:40 in with Smedsrud and Bennett getting the assists. Rush won the draw. Wagner dances around. He's over in the left point. Dangles back and forth. Now it gets to Gore. Gore skates towards the left circle. Feed it to the goal line. Now back to Gore. As Gore spins it up top to Wagner. He directs it over to Gore. Left circle. As he finds a cutter out in front. Shot by Gagnon goes wide. Gagnon regathers the puck. He skates around Utah's net towards the far side. Gagnon will skate towards the right point. And he'll drop it off. As a rush, will feed it towards the far goal line. Now back to Gagnon. Lefty shot saved by Barcheski. Puck back to the middle of the ice. Wagner feeds to the left goal line. Rapid City skates in. Gore shot saved by Barcheski. Might have been deflected by a Gabriel stick. 24 seconds left in the power play. Wagner skates towards the left point. Fans stop their feet here at the Monument. Wagner towards the left goal line. Throws behind his net. Now back to Wagner. They'll get it to Gagnon, who fakes a shot. Gagnon dangles back and forth. They'll drop it for Wagner. Wagner fires high, misses. Gore will slide it towards Bennett. He's in the right corner. 5 seconds left in the penalty. Wagner will throw it towards left wing. Lefty shot saved by Barcheski. Manning comes out of the box. Barcheski holds on. 1:19 is left in the second. Rush are now officially 1 for 3 on the power play. It's 2 different power plays on the double minor. They scored on the first half of the double minor, so it wasn't exactly 4 minutes worth of power play time for Rapid City. It's probably more like 3.5. Draws give me in the Grizzlies zone. Rapid City's outshot Utah 30-20. Jake Barczewski has saved 28 of 30 here so far. Connor Murphy on the Rapid City side, he has saved 17 of 20. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Lemaster runs down a loose puck. He'll skate around Utah's net. Lemaster will pitchfork it ahead towards Lebster. Action still in the Grizzlies zone. Puck off 2 sticks. As Rapid City skates towards the right corner, Lemaster pushes Rapid City. Now the Rush trying to feed it out in front. Hits the side of the net. As Rapid City in the offensive zone. As they'll get thrown out to center ice. Connors racing after a loose puck. He gets there in front of Jeffers. Jeffers collides with Connors. Connors gets it. They'll skate towards the right side. Try to drop it for Connors, and Chase Pauls gets bounced towards the wall. Rapid City re-enters. Big-time hit delivered by Lemaster. Jonathan Yancis. Grizzlies have the puck. Rink wide feed, angle right. Goes past Mastrodonato off his stick. As Murphy will clear it off the near wing boards out to center ice. Bowman gets it. He'll skate in left wing along the near wing wall. As Bowman around Utah's net. He'll feed it out to the middle of the ice. It's picked off by Mastrodonato. The Maestro, 22 seconds left in the period. Drops it for Lebster. They'll skate towards the right corner. Righty shot, stick save by Murphy. Puck flips off the protective netting and out of play. 16.5 seconds left in the second. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. This might be a rare period unless the Grizzlies come away with a goal in the next 16.5 seconds. Kind of a rare second period where the Grizzlies don't find the back of the net. By far the most productive offensive period for the Grizzlies this season has been the second period. In fact, they're tied for third in the league with 89 second-period goals. It's the 10th meeting this season between the Grizzlies and Rush. Utah has 14 second-period goals off the draw. Gabriel shot blocker saved by Murphy. Rush come back the other way. Bennett will spin it along the wall. As puck towards the left wing. Friesen lets it go. 3 seconds left. Wagner over in the corner looking for a centering pass. Shot saved by Barczewski at the buzzer. And that will do it for 40 minutes of play. Now Dashke getting after it with Gore. As play starts to get spirited behind Utah's net. Somebody pushes Evan Friesen. Barczewski, it looks like he's less than 100%. He's kind of wincing in pain in a very similar fashion to how he did 8 days ago when he got ran into by a Tahoe skater. That was in the second period. He stayed in the game, but you could tell he was less than 100%. And Barczewski kind of favoring his side as he was skating off the ice. Looks like he's less than 100%. But he's gotten it out. Rapid City scored twice in the second period. Wagner and Gagnon got the goals. Gagnon's was a power play goal that was scored 16:40 into the second. Wagner's was unassisted and even 7 minutes into the second period. Well, the Grizzlies have a 3-2 lead. When we come back, we'll recap the first 2 periods and also go over some NHL scores. We'll check in on that Utah Hockey Club game. As last we saw, they had a 4-3 lead after 2 periods. It's a 5-3 game as Nick Schmaltz scored a late third period goal. We'll check out and find out how that one ended on the other side, and we'll get ready for third period action. It's the last game of the season for both the Grizzlies and the Rush, and it looks like it's an entertaining one. Why not? The Grizzlies have played a ton of close games as of late. 18 of their last 32 games have been decided by 1 goal. It looks like we're on our way to one of those here again tonight. After 2 periods, it's the Utah Grizzlies 3 and the Rapid City Rush 2. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say you get more from less.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the best for less sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on a set of 4 tires. Choose from a wide selection of our longest lasting, best performing tires, and every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. With a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. It's our best deal on our best tires with the best service in the business. Get more from less.
After 2 periods here at the Monument, Utah Grizzlies have a 3-2 lead over the Rapid City Rush. Grizzlies got out to an outstanding start in the first 6 minutes of play. Dylan Fitz got the party started 2:46 into the game with Lemaster and Pike getting the assist as Fitz fired a backhand shot from the right wing. Not normally how you'd see a Dylan Fitz goal. Normally they'd be some sort of slap shot as he's skating with momentum on either the left or right side. Don't normally see the backhand from Fitz, but he fired away and got it past Murphy, 2:46 in. A minute, 4 seconds later, Luke Manning scored unassisted as he fired a backhand shot from the right wing. Manning's goal is unassisted, and that gave Utah a 2-0 lead as Manning has a goal in all 3 games in this series. Garrett Pike extended Utah's lead. He scored 5:55 in. It's Pike's second of the year. Fitz and Lemaster picked up the assists, though. Through 6 minutes of play, 3 Grizzly players ended up with a multiple-point game. Fitz and Pike with 1 goal and 1 assist, and Lemaster with 2 assists. Pike and Lemaster are still a +3 through 2 periods, and Craig Armstrong is a +2 as well as Fitz and Aragon, as that has been a pretty good forward line for the Grizzlies over the last few weeks. Grizzlies led 3-0 after 1 period. Rapid City outshot Utah 16-8 in the first period. Rapid City had a 15-13 edge in the second frame as the Rush have a 31-21 lead in the shot count. Ryan Wagner got the Rush on the board. He scored an even 7 minutes into the second period. It's his team leading 29th of the year. And then the Rush got on a power play as Luke Manning got a double minor for high sticking 15:52 in. And in the first half of the double minor, David Gagnon scored his 6th of the year as he was cutting towards the net, and he got a pass from either Smedsrud or Bennett. It was a power play goal, 16:40 in. Rapid City is 1 for 3 on the power play. That made it a 3-2 game, and that's where we sit after 40 minutes of play. For the Grizzlies, in terms of the shot lead, Derek Dashke and Dylan Fitz each have 4. 2 shots each for Lebster, Berg and Gabriel, and then 1 shot each for a bunch of Grizzlies, including Mick Messner. So as we sit, Derek Dashke is currently leading the Grizzlies in shots on goal with 195. Mick Messner right now has 193 shots on goal. He leads Grizzlies forwards and is second on the team overall. For Rapid City in their 31 shots, Wagner and Wall each have 4 shots, but the leader is Denny Gore, who has 7 shots through 2 periods. Jake Barczewski in net for the Grizzlies has saved 29 of 31. In most of the games he plays in, he usually sees 30-plus shots, and he's already seen more than 30. He saved 33 of 35 in Friday night's 5-2 victory. He's already seen 31 through 2 periods. Connor Murphy for Rapid City has saved 18 of 21. Not sure what the attendance is here, but we imagine there's about 4,500 in the house at the Monument. Quite a few Grizzlies fans made the trip over, as I see about 10 or 12 people in either green or black Grizzlies uniforms. When we come back, we'll go over some NHL scores, checking on the Utah Hockey Club game against Dallas. Colorado Avalanche were in action against the Kings, and a bunch of other NHL games as well. After 40 minutes of play, it's the Rapid City Rush. Actually, the Utah Grizzlies with the lead, 3-2. Utah is looking to end the regular season on a winning note. Utah does have 3 victories in the Monument. They are 3-1 on the road against Rapid City this season. After 2 periods, it's Utah 3, Rapid City 2. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
In the NCAA Frozen Four National Championship game, Western Michigan defeats Boston University 6-2. And so Western Michigan wins the national championship. Former Grizzlies Cole Gallant and Chad Hillebrand were teammates at Western Michigan. And I got to imagine Gallant over at the Toledo Walleye and Chad Hillebrand, who's currently up with the AHL's Colorado Eagles. They got to be thrilled. Their alma mater is the national champions as they defeat BU 6-2. As Western Michigan gets the national championship. They won in double overtime on Thursday against Denver University, and BU ended up getting a victory over Penn State late on Thursday. Games across the National Hockey League. Utah Hockey Club comes away with a victory as they defeat the Dallas Stars 5-3. It looked like Jamie Bennett scored with 40 seconds left in regulation to give Dallas their 4th goal of the game, but it looked like it was waved off. It stayed a 5-3 game, and that's where it sat. Logan Cooley was the game's number 1 star. He had 1 goal and 2 assists. Barrett Hayton had 1 goal and 1 assist, and Jack McBain had 2 assists for Utah. Veggie gets the victory in net. He saved 21 of 24. He was named Utah Hockey Club Team MVP earlier this week. Utah outshot Dallas 34-24, and they came away with the victory. Nick Schmaltz scored a power play goal. Hayton and Gunther with the assist. And how about the special teams? Utah had 4 power play goals on the night. In fact, the lone non-power play goal was Logan Cooley, 7:04 into the second period. As Hayton, Dursey, Doan, and Schmaltz each had power play goals. And we'd like to welcome those of you who had been watching the Utah Hockey Club in their 5-3 victory over the Dallas Stars. I'm Tyson Whiting. We got 1 period of regulation hockey left in the Utah Grizzlies 2024-25 season. The Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, lose 5-4 to the LA Kings. Alex Laferriere had 1 goal and 2 assists. Kevin Fiala had 2 goals, and Quentin Byfield had 1 goal and 2 assists. Brock Nelson had one of the Colorado goals. He now has 26 on the season. So that should be an interesting Western Conference playoffs. You know, talk about the Avalanche and Stars. They both lost today. Some teams are resting some guys. The Avalanche are resting Nathan McKinnon for the rest of the regular season. Vegas is certainly going to be strong. St. Louis has played great hockey over the last month or so. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Western Conference is going to look like in the NHL, especially since we now have a team in the National Hockey League in the Western Conference. So it's certainly interesting to see teams that I think everybody in the Salt Lake Valley is a little bit more familiar with. A few games went past regulation in the NHL. Jets got a 5-4 shootout victory over the Blackhawks. Shootout game winner was scored by Cole Perfetti. In overtime, Mitch Marner scored the lone goal of the game as he won it for Toronto. 36 seconds into overtime with Nylander and Tavares getting the assist. Toronto won, Montreal nothing. In a shootout, Panthers over the Sabres 3-2. Anton Lundell had the shootout game winner for Florida. Other action in the league, Carolina defeats the Rangers 7-3. Blue Jackets shut out Washington 7-0. In a shootout, Flyers defeat the Islanders 4-3. Bobby Brink had the shootout game winner for Philadelphia. Games in progress. There's currently 3 of them. After one period, Canucks lead the Wild 1-0. Also after one period, Predators lead the Golden Knights 1-0. And there's no score after one between St. Louis and Seattle. Seattle has 5 shots in the first period, and St. Louis only has 3. Blues and Kraken, no score after one period. When we come back, we'll go over some ECHL scores. As after 2 periods, it's the Utah Grizzlies 3 and the Rapid City Rush 2. All 3 of Utah's goals tonight have come in the first 5 minutes and 55 seconds of regulation. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Utah 3, Rapid City 2. We got about 5 minutes of real time until the start of the third period. Games in progress across the league. Kansas City leads Idaho 2-1 that game after 2 periods. Kansas City has goals from Nolan Sullivan and David Cotton. Jade Miller has the lone goal for the Steelheads. After 1 period, Wichita leads Tahoe 2-1. Zapernick and Bates have scored for Wichita, and Fleming has the Tahoe goal. Games have gone final across the league. Tulsa defeats Allen 7-2. That means Tulsa ends the regular season with a record of 40, 24, 5-3. They end with 88 standings points. They are currently tied with Tahoe for second place. Wichita is right now in 4th place with 87 points. But as we mentioned before, Wichita leads Tahoe 2-1 after 1 period. Fort Wayne defeats Bloomington 3-1. South Carolina wins their 17th straight game. They defeat Jeff Carr's Norfolk Admirals 5-2. Reading over Worcester 7-3. Kalamazoo gets a 6-4 win over Indy. Savannah defeats Jacksonville 5-3. Cincinnati over Iowa 5-2. Florida gets a 6-1 victory over Atlanta. Chow had 2 goals for the Everblades. Maine shuts out Adirondack 1-0, and Wheeling gets a 3-1 victory over Trois-Rivières. When we come back, we'll have third period action. I mentioned some of the scratches for the Grizzlies, but a lot of those guys were key contributors for the Grizzlies this season. It's tough to get all these guys in during the course of play, but we mentioned before Neil Shea had 19 goals in 36 games. He was certainly a key forward for the Grizzlies. Cade Jensen, in 40 games, had 2 goals and 6 assists. He's been out for about the last couple months. He was a strong and sturdy defenseman for the Grizzlies. Tyson Upper had 1 goal and 1 assist in his first season as a pro. Cordy Corbett came in mid-season. It was his 9th season as a pro. He had 2 goals and 5 assists in 28 games. Braden Nicolette's one of the great moments of the season was seeing him score his first pro goal in the third period. And that was a game in mid-February. Nicolette's played earlier this season at the University of Alaska Fairbanks, and he was certainly a physical force for the Grizzlies, and I think a lot of people love the memory of March playing against the Allen Americans, and he really walloped Jay Powell as Powell was taken after Adam Berg, who was standing on the Grizzlies bench. Nicolette said, "You're not going to mess with Berg, you're going to mess with me." And Nicolet's took care of Big J Powell, who goes 6'7" and 215 pounds. Christian Hausinger was acquired by the Grizzlies last month, and he played in a handful of games in Utah. Josh Thrower, same thing with him. He was acquired, claimed off waivers from Kansas City a few weeks ago. He appeared in about 4 or 5 games. You talk about that shootout victory on Retro Night on March 29th, and really what kind of changed momentum for the Grizzlies with Josh Thrower getting in a fight 7.5 minutes into that game. Andres Kulbis-Moreno played in 6 games for the Grizzlies towards the end of the season. And Blake Wells, he got hurt on opening night, but has been on the Grizzlies roster on injured reserve throughout the season. And hopefully Blake Wells can come back healthy for the 2025-26 season. We'll come back and have third period action as Utah leads Rapid City 3-2. You've been tuned into the Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Are about set for third period action here at the Monument. Final regulation period of the regular season for both clubs. Utah leads 3-2. Will skate 5-on-5. Frieson's out there with Wood and Manning, a defensive pairing of Pike and Lemaster. Pike and Lemaster each a +3 for the Grizzlies. Wagner, Gore, and Bennett are the starting forward line for Rapid City, and a defensive pairing of Mitchell Smith and Chase Pauls. Draw one by the Grizzlies. They skate from right to left during the third period. Friesen gets a screen from the referee as he breaks free of Gore. Now Wood, left wing, righty shot saved by Murphy. Boy, the Grizzlies with a very crafty pass got it towards Wood. He was in the left circle. I'm not sure the fans really noticed it, but Wood fired towards the net, and Murphy made the save 12 seconds into the third period. So Bradley Wood, he came into play with an even 13% shooting percentage, which led all Grizzlies who had at least 70 shots on goal this season. Friesen will take the draw. He's going to take home 2 game pucks from Friday night. He picked up his first professional point with an assist, 3:46 into the first period, and then he scored his first pro goal with about 3.5 minutes left in regulation as Utah won 5-2. It's a 3-2 game. Manning towards the right side, sweeps up top to Lemaster. Back to Manning, who skates towards the right corner. Manning, it's held up by Pauls. Now he breaks free, and he feeds up top to Lemaster. He'll fire towards the net. It got blocked by Rapid City along the way as Rush will race out to center ice. Rush will dump it in from center ice. Wagner chasing after it. Lemaster will spin it towards the near side. Lemaster and Wagner both played their college hockey at Wisconsin. As Wood will pitchfork it in. Grizzlies make their first line change of the third period. As it's a minute of madness, everybody rings their cowbells and makes noise for the first minute of the third period. Rush blue line to blue line pass. Goes towards Mauricio Coella. He gets pushed in the back by Dashke. Coella dumps it in deep. Puck towards the far side. Connors delivers a hit. Gabriel gets the puck, and he'll sweep it behind Utah's net for Dashke. He directs it to the near side for Mastrodonado, and he'll flip it high into the air towards the Rapid City line. Constantino gets it back for Rapid City. He'll get it back to Skelly. Over to Constantino, and he'll outlet it to center ice. Nobody at home over in the far wing, and it's going to be icing on the Rush with 18:33 left in the third. So it's going to be an offensive zone draw for Utah. They maintain a 1-goal lead. We mentioned Jake Barczewski was a little bit tender skating towards the locker room. It looks like Barczewski is still kind of skating around, making sure he's okay. He has been backed up all season by Vinny Duplessis. Adam Schill played quite a few games for the Grizzlies in the first half of the season. Schill ended the season with Utah with an .884 save percentage and a 3.93 goals against average. Rush get the puck. Shields had an outstanding time, though, in the AHL with the Colorado Eagles. Rusher offside. As Draw's going to be back to new Trice. And Grizzlies will change up forwards. Mick Messner is going to be out there with Adam Berg and Griffin Ness. Seems like that trade with Toledo has turned out to be a win-win. Cole Gallant's done some good things with Toledo. The Grizzlies really like what they see from Ness and Grant Gabriel. As Gabriel came over a couple weeks ago after he was released from the Cleveland Monsters of the AHL. Rush over the line. Grizzlies celebrating their 30th season of professional hockey. Maurizio Coelho chases after it. Cooper Jones gets double-teamed in the near corner. Puck goes back towards Berg, and he'll race out to new Trice. He gets to Ness. As Ness crosses the center red line, he'll dump it in. He gets around Constantinu. Murphy around his net. Will spin it towards a far wing wall. Grizzlies from right to left during the period. Smedsrud gets these out at new Trice. He'll bounce one across to Coelho, who gets around Berg. Coelho right wing. He'll stomp on a dime in the right corner. He'll dangle towards the right circle. Feeds it across. Now back to the right side. Shot to score. Dalton Skelly gets his first of the year. And just like that, we're tied at 3 with 17:51 left in the third. That is Skelly's fourth goal in this league. He had 3 goals for Wichita during the 2021-20 season. He had no goals in 63 games with Allen, and he had no goals in his first 22 games of the season. So Dalton Skelly, good passing by the Rush, just kind of working it around from one circle to the other. They got it to the right side for Skelly, and he got it past Barczewski. So tied at 3 early in the third period. As Rush have goals from Wagner, Smedsrud, and a third period goal from Skelly. Grizzlies with first period goals from Fitz Manning and Garrett Pike. Rapid City in their own zone. They swing and miss. Getting it back is Borshov. He'll throw it to the right side, but not out. Grizzlies move it across. Rapid City picks it off as they bounce it off Armstrong. Aragon dumps it in, delayed offside. As Fitz chasing after it. Now Fitz will get back to new Trice. As the Rush will race out to center ice. Left wing pass is overled. Grizzlies' Luke Lemaster will throw it towards his bench for Aragon, and he'll brush it to Fitz. Fitz at the Rapid City line will wing it along the boards. Armstrong chases after it. Grizzlies will get 4 fresh tires along with Armstrong. 3 minutes are into the third period. 17 minutes on a moving clock. We're tied at 3. Rush have outshot the Grizzlies 32-22. Puck goes in deep. Barczewski throws it towards the near wing wall. Dashke pushes Yancey towards the boards. Gabriel, big 6'2" and strong defenseman. He holds up Yancey. Now Rapid skates towards the right wing. Backhand shot by Coelho. He didn't get much on it as he was being shadowed by a Grizzly. Dashke head towards Wood. It goes behind him out to new Trice. Hyman throws it back into his own zone as the Rush spread the ice in a white jersey, red numbers, and yellow trim. Kind of same colors that you would see from the Calgary Flames, their NHL affiliate. Hyman right side. He'll take a righty shot that goes wide. Puck slides towards the near corner. Manning delivers a hit on Leopard. Taking the puck is Gabriel. He'll cross center ice wearing number 29, which last year was worn by Brandon Cutler, who had 36 or 37 goals for the Grizzlies last season. Grizzlies make a line change. Gabriel comes off. Araujo's out there with Jones. Hyman back behind his own net. Fans still ringing the cowbells here in Rapid City. Rink-wide feed bounces over Wagner's stick, but he's past Araujo, no icing. Now Araujo behind the net. He thinks about the Michigan as he was in the motion, and Jones cuts it off. Boy, Wagner thought about it, but just couldn't get the Michigan off. As Rapid City tried to center it, it goes wide of Danny Gore. Pauls gets across to Wagner as he'll bounce one deeper into the Grizzlies zone. Skelly and Araujo collide. Now Araujo throws Gore along the wall. Mastrodonato gets back to Araujo. Skates around Utah's net towards the near side. Matt Araujo sauces one across. Pass goes tape to tape. Mastrodonato right side. He'll take a righty shot that goes wide. Lebster skates towards Mastrodonato in the left corner. Now Lebster loses it. He races after a loose puck, but Wagner gets there a stride ahead of him. Grizzlies switch up skaters. Araujo comes off. Pike's out there with Lemaster. Riley Connors challenges Rapid City deep in their own zone as Lebster gets pinned to the boards. He breaks free, but Rapid City comes out with a puck. Rush 2-on-3, trying to loft it ahead. It's gloved and dropped by Garrett Pike. As Lebster across the Mastrodonato, who gets off the right wing boards. Loose puck, Skelly turns it over. Right side lefty shot goes wide. That was taken by the captain, Mick Messner. Messner this season, 16 goals and 24 assists. Pike runs down a loose puck behind Utah's net. He'll move it to his left for Messner. Messner chips it ahead to Berg at center ice. Berg dumps it in. Ness chasing after over in the left corner as he gets pushed in the back. Ness across to Messner, feeds up top. Gabriel takes a right wing righty shot, and that's sticked away by Murphy. Messner gets pushed towards the boards near circle. Puck up the opposite Dashke in the left point. He whips it around the wall. Gabriel now skate behind Rapid City's net as Berg gets pinned to the boards. Ness battles with Constantinu. Constantinu drags down Berg. It's going to be Utah's first power play of the game. As Ness gets back to his feet, delayed penalty. Barcheski will skate towards the bench. We get a whistle. Boy, Ness can't understand why the whistle blew as he slams his stick on the ice. Utah starts a power play with 14:04 left in the third. As going to the box is Billy Constantinu. He dragged down Griffin Ness. And David Lilly, he did what he had to do. I think it was a good call on the play. We're tied at 3 with 14:04 left in the third. Grizzlies' power play over their last 7 games is 8 for 28. 14:04 left in the third. Fitz, looked like Ness was upset that they blew the whistle. And it looks like Fitz is thinking about the same thing. 2-minute penalty. Grizzlies are 48 of 244 on the power play this season. 19.7%. Dashke leads Utah with 9 power play goals and 23 power play points. Masha Donato leads Utah with 16 power play assists. They're on the ice. Riley Connors, Reed Lebster, and Mick Messner are the forwards, with Messner taking the draw. Messner has 6 power play goals and 9 power play assists on the season. Grizzlies won the faceoff. Dashke gets to Lebster as he dangles back and forth. Now back to Dashke across to Masha Donato. He's on the right side as Bowman skates after him. Up top to Dashke across to Lebster. One-timer goes wide. Masha Donato gets it in the right wing. And so throw it to Connors. It goes past him towards the left corner. Loose puck. Lebster gets there before Mitchell Smith. Smith pins Lebster to the boards. Messner in the area as well. 6.5 minutes into the third period. We're still tied at 3. 30 seconds have gone by in this power play. Connors in the area. Messner over skates in the near circle. Rapid City will drag it out to center ice. They have 10 shorthanded goals this season. Mitchell Smith, left wing, takes a lefty shot. Glove save by Barcheski. He drops to keep the play alive. Dashke gets out to new tries. Now drop it off to Masha Donato. Left wing feed to center ice for Messner. As Messner dangles back and forth, gets to Dashke on side. Well, it looked like somebody had blown a whistle. Play had stopped. The players at least stopped. Wagner gets the puck. Left circle, lefty shot. Saved by Barcheski. Rebound goes to Dashke behind Utah's net. Almost sounded like somebody blew a whistle in the stands, and because of that, everybody stopped skating for a couple seconds. May have led to Wagner getting an open look. Manning drops off for Masha Donato off the left wing wall. Grizzlies in the attacking zone. Masha Donato shakes his shoulders. Now he moves across to Wood. Now he'll skate towards the right circle. Does Wood. Gets to Manning. And Manning trying to get to Masha Donato. It's taken away. Rapid City moves now to center ice 1-on-1. Rush over the line. Now it's a 2-on-2. Left side. Righty shot goes wide. Now left wing lefty shot misses the net as Wagner had a good chance on the second look. Puck slides all the way deep into the rush zone. 20 seconds left in Utah's first power play of the game. Griffin Ness gets to Lemaster, skates towards the right circle. Lemaster spins himself around, skates towards the right point. Now to Ness, over to Pike on the left side. Pike, he'll take a lefty shot. Glove saved by Murphy. Boy, Pike had a good look. Skated towards the left circle, and he thought he had some room glove side, and he did, but Murphy snatched it about shoulder high. 12:10 left in the third and 7 seconds left in Utah's first power play of the game. We're still tied at 3. Grizzlies will switch up skaters, and they'll prepare for life after the power play. The forward line of Fitz, Aragon, and Armstrong. A defensive pairing of Pike and Lemaster. Billy Constantino will come out of the box for Rapid City. He leads rush defenseman with 40 points. Off the drop, Armstrong shot saved by Murphy. 12:07 left in the third. Now there's 4 seconds left in Utah's power play. Grizzlies with about 2 shots. Pike and now just recently, a Grizzlies forward over the last few seconds. 2 shots in Utah's power play. As Rapid City will throw it off the near wing wall after winning the faceoff. Constantino's out of the box. Rush will backhand it ahead. Canyon 2-on-2 across center ice. Now he's over the offensive line. As he'll bounce one off the Utah backboards. Lemaster battles with Smedsrud. Smedsrud crashes himself along the boards behind Barcheski's net. As Armstrong takes the puck, he'll skate out to new tries. He'll cross center ice and he'll dump it in. As the linesman got between Armstrong, who was chasing after the puck, and the rush skater. Smedzrud near the center ice area, bench area. As Armstrong gets knifed away, Aragon gets it deep in the Grizzlies zone. He'll saucer it across to Araujo. Puck bounced off the ice, and Araujo kind of cleanly. He'll skate to a half circle. He blows a tire at center ice. Rush dump it in as Quello drops it off. Wagner tried to center to bounce off of Manning, who's celebrating a birthday tomorrow. He'll throw it up top. Aaron Hyman has to go over a stick. It goes deep into the rush zone. Grizzlies will make a line change. Cooper Jones is out there with Dashke as Rush rink-wide feed connects. Bennett over towards the right wing, skates towards the corner. Now he'll lift it high into the air. It stays in play. Bounces. Wood gets the puck, and he'll race out to center ice. Wood gets divorced in the puck. Now it goes to Manning, who skates towards Wood. Now he stops, tries to accelerate in the offensive zone. Gore jabbed away at it as Wood and Manning collide. Rapid City out to center ice. They've got numbers 4-on-2 if they want it. Rush. Get it towards the left wing. Now sending pass towards Gore, and Barcheski extends his stick to redirect it. Otherwise, it would have been a 4-3 Rapid City lead. Manning gets it towards Machadonado. Right circle, rush zone. Shot saved by Murphy. Grizzlies were called for offside, though, so the shot doesn't count, and play stops with 10:31 left in the third. Time out on the ice. It's anybody's game as Utah leads Rapid City. Actually, it's a 3-3 tie. Grizzlies led 3-0 after one. 2 goals for Rapid City in the second and 1 in the third. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
10 minutes, 31 seconds left in the third period. It's the Grizzlies 3 and the Rush 3. Attendance tonight, 4,782 here at the Monument. Connors will take the neutral zone draft to the Grizzlies. Were called for offside. He's out there with Lubster and Mastrodonado. Up top is Grant Gabriel and first-team All-League Derek Dashke. Dashke's got 16 goals, which matches last season's mark. He does have 17 more assists than he did last year with Kalamazoo. Rush will bounce one back to center ice. Gabriel will slide it across to Dashke. And Dashke will fly it into the rush zone. It's gloved and dropped. Lebster gets a good shoulder check from Bowman. Rapid City will move it to the far side. Rush cross center as they'll spin it in. Gabriel back behind Utah's net. Rolls to Lebster along the near side. Lebster drops it back for Dashke, who flips it, but doesn't get very far, maybe about 10 feet. Bowman in the area with Lebster. They jam after the puck. Dashke gets it taken away. Rush have a 2-on-1. Left circle, sending pass towards Yancey. He gets dragged down. Now right wing shot is blocked by Connors. There's a collision. Mastrodonado, Connors, Yancey all hit the ice, as did Ryan Wagner. Penalty's going to be called. And might be on the Grizzlies. Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer, is going to come out and check after Barcheski, who's been playing at less than 100%. Riley Connors is going to go to the box, and Rapid City will be on the power play when we come back. 9:47 left in the third period. It's the Grizzlies 3 and the Rush 3. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Rapid City gets their fourth power play of the game. Barczewski just now getting to his feet as Colin Lee, the fifth-year athletic trainer. Barczewski now gets in the bar fly position. He moves to his left. Now back to his right. Rapid City's on the power play. Riley Connors. I didn't see the referee signal. I believe it's a hold as the penalty was 10-13 into the third. Looks like Barczewski's going to stay in the game as he stretches out his right leg. Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer, will take his time as he walks off the ice in a black shirt, black pants, and somewhat black hair. As now he gets off the ice and he closes the door. Fans dancing to YMCA, which is, this song is over 40 years old, so it's everybody dancing the YMCA, although the modern day version is HOTTOGO, which everybody dances to like it's the YMCA. Grizzlies win the draw. Lemaster clears it all the way in front of the crease towards Connor Murphy's net. Murphy cuts it off. They'll drop it for Wagner. Rush have outshot the Grizzlies 35-25 as Rapid City spreads the ice. Grizzlies have Pike and Lemaster out there with Mastrodonato and Messner. As Rush enter from the right wing. Stopping before the corners, Gagnon. They'll move it up top to Wagner. He walks into the middle of the ice. He gets poked away by Messner. As loose puck, Smedrud gets there before Lemaster. Both guys wear number 24. Up top, Wagner feeds it towards Gore. Gore's soft pass is picked off. Actually, it's Gagnon on a soft pass looking for Gore. Mastrodonato anticipated it. He clears it out, and he will come off the ice as Ness and Berg replace Messner and Mastrodonato. Gore over the line. He's got 10 power play goals this season as he tries to drop it towards the left point. It's knifed away by Griffin Ness. He'll chase after it. Gore, as Ness jumps over Gore. Ness gets towards Berg down the middle. He's got a breakaway. I'll take a left shot. He scores! Adam Berg gets a shorty, and the Grizzlies take a 4-3 lead. Boy, Berg utilizes speed. Griffin Ness hustled after a loose puck with Denny Gore. Puck slid towards the middle of the ice. Berg got it, dangled back and forth, and he slid it right under Murphy. It's Adam Berg's 7th goal of the season. Remember, the Grizzlies are 6-0 when scoring a shorthanded goal this year. 55 seconds left in Rapid City's power play. Ness might get an assist on the Berg goal, but either way, it's now a 4-3 game. Boy, what hustle, and Adam Berg. He's been a blue-collar performer for the Grizzlies all year, and it's great to see him come up with a big goal in the third period. 8:41 is the time remaining, third period. And we'll see if the Grizzlies utilize the momentum on this shorthanded goal and see if they can add some insurance late in the third. Draw one by Messner and the Grizzlies. Derek Dashke has the puck, and he will helicopter it all the way towards Murphy, who gloves it shoulder high. He immediately drops it to keep the play alive. Constantino back behind his net. As Rush will get out to neutralize. As Rush get down Broadway, now it's the right wing. Rapid City drops it off. As Koala throws it to Jeffers back up top to Constantino. He'll move it across as Mitchell Smith skates towards the left wing. Siren pass shot goes just wide as Yancey had a glance off his stick in front of the crease. Koala over to Yancey. Back to the left corner as Rapid City collides. Jeffers and another teammate collide. Grizzlies have a 3-on-2. Messner across the center ice will get to Dashke, right wing. Over to Gabriel. One-timer goes wide. He missed the next stick side on a rocket. 7 seconds left in Rapid City's power play. 4-3 Grizzlies. Rush out to neutralize across center. Grizzlies make a line change. Rapid City skates down the middle. Good poke check by Luke Manning towards the near corner. Jeffers moves it across, and Friesen pokes it away, but Rapid City gets it back. Constantino dances around Friesen. As out of the penalty box is Riley Connors. He blocks a shot. Now Constantino gets it back. He will sky it, and it's gloved it by Barczewski, as that one was a major league pop-up that almost hit the roof. And Barczewski in the crease, pretty much like a football player calling a fair catch. He was able to snatch it, as looks like he takes a deep breath. One, he's been playing less than 100%, and two, I don't think he's ever had to save a shot that was that high into the air, that trajectory. I don't know if he was a baseball outfielder at one point in his life, but that probably, if he was, that would remind him of that. As he catches it at the warning track. It's 4-3 Grizzlies, 7:31 left in the third. As puck stays along the near circle, Grizzlies win it. As Cooper Jones skates around Barczewski's net towards the far side. He'll tap it off the glass. Wood made sure he got his head out of the way. Rapid City skates back in. As Tuck, far goal line. He gets pushed in the back by Jones. Tuck, a big guy, as he shields Jones from the puck. Jackson Leopard gets up top. He'll feed it to the left point, but it exits the zone as Holden Wall couldn't hold the line up top in the Grizzlies zone. Tuck out the center ice, moves to his left. Jones will stride after it. Tuck closes the gap. Jones delivers a hit on the boards by Furtuck as Bowman gets thrown down by Aragon. Now Fitz gets pushed in the back twice. Aragon will squib it out to center ice. Fans wanted a penalty as Aragon got physical. LaRouge over to Jones. 6:40 on the moving clock. Third period, Utah leads 4-3 on Adam Berg. 7th of the year. It was unassisted. It's the 7th shorthanded goal by the Grizzlies this season. Rapid City enters offside. 6:34 is left in the third. So faceoff's going to be back at neutral ice. We mentioned the Grizzlies. They are 6-0 in scoring a shorthanded goal. Neil Shea had 2 shorthanded goals for this season for Utah. Dashke, Mastrodonado, Cole Fonstad, who had 7 goals in 30 games for the Grizzlies. He had a shorthanded goal. And Lincoln Earn also scored a shorty for the Grizzlies this season. Draw one by Rapid City at neutral ice. Puck bounces at center ice. Borshov dumps it in, wearing number 25. Barcheski will move it towards the far side for Lemaster. Across to Ness. Over his stick, it wobbles into the Rapid City zone. Puck bounces like a spinning top. Rapid City having a tough time controlling it behind their net. As a rush gate from left to right here in the period. Wagner will bounce it towards the Utah line. Lemaster brushes it away from Bennett. As Berg out to center ice. Across the center and he'll sky it in. Berg chases after it. 4 of the Grizzlies on the ice will get off for a change. As Rapid City skates towards the near side. Berg shielding Rapid City. Oh, they're going to call a penalty on Berg. They're going to call both guys for a penalty. You bet. Borshov was trying to buy a penalty. He got the purchase. However, the referee says that Borshov, who's a big guy that goes 6'3", 210, acted it out a little bit more than they'd like. So Berg gets 2 minutes for holding, and Borshov, maybe he gets 2 for holding as well. If not holding, then unsportsmanlike conduct as both guys drag each other to the ice. 4-3 Grizzlies, 5:55 left in the third. We'll see if the Grizzlies can hold on to this lead and come away with 2 out of 3 games in the series. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
We're skating 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. 5:55 left in the third period. Remember, the Grizzlies have scored 7 4-on-4 goals this season. They've only allowed 2. As it's 4-3 Grizzlies, less than 6 minutes left in regulation. High slot. Bennett, lefty shot goes wide as he missed the net. Glove side on Barcheski. Jake so far tonight has saved 32 of 35. Rink wide feed goes to Mastrodonado. Right wing, righty shot. Glove saved by Murphy. And, the whistle never blew. Murphy had it in his glove for a couple seconds, but the Rush will come back skating from left to right. As Rapid City enters on side, Denny Gore will chase after it after the puck fired along the near wing wall. Dashke holds up Gore. Webster gets the puck. Grizzlies have good team speed. Webster out across center ice. Jumps around one skater over to Dashke, back to Webster. Webster signing past to Mastrodonado, and he swings and misses, and his stick broke. Rush come back the other way. Wagner left wing. Toe drag. Now moves to Gore. He'll take a righty shot and hits the crossbar. Iron Unkind. It stays 4-3. Grizzlies with an odd man break. Utah at the center ice. Mastrodonado with a new stick. Saucer to Dashke. He'll take a lefty shot. He scores! Derek Dashke gets his 17th of the year. He's first team all league for a reason. It's a 4-on-4 goal for the Grizzlies as they get some insurance late in the third period. Boy, the Grizzlies certainly needed that. Action was going back and forth. One odd man break after another. Grizzlies had a 2-on-1. Mastrodonado was in the right wing. Got it across to Dashke, who fired it glove side past Murphy. That's been Utah's bread and butter all season. Mastrodonado and Dashke, those two hang out quite a bit. In fact, I hung out with them after last night's game. Dashke's first team all-league for a reason as he surpasses last season's total. He now has 17 on the year, and it's a 5-3 game. Out to Garrett Pike as Grizzlies continue to skate 4-on-4. They have dominated 4-on-4 action this season. Connors, high slot, will take a righty shot, get redirected. Murphy makes a save, and the referee's got a late flight, or an early flight to catch as Murphy had the puck for a couple seconds but refused to blow the whistle. 4.5 minutes left in the third period, 30 seconds left in the 4-on-4. As towards the near side, Connors gets pushed in the back. He will fly one from one end of the boards to the other. Garrett Pike gets the far side. Grizzlies skate from right to left in the period. Pike behind Utah's net to LeMaster as he will dangle back and forth. Grizzlies will switch up skaters. Wood will skate towards LeMaster now. He'll pivot towards his right. LeMaster will feed it to Wood as he'll race across center ice. Wood out to center ice, tries to negotiate his way around a rush skater, but he takes it away, and that's Jancis. He'll stop in the right wing. Wood throws him towards the boards. Hyman gets the puck. Both teams back to 5-on-5. Hyman feathers it out in front to Bowman, who takes a lefty shot and misses as he fired it wide stick side on Barcheski. 3:41 on a moving clock, third period. Grizzlies have third period goals from Adam Berg and Derek Dashke. High slot, Arujo over to Jones. One-timer misses wide. It was a low liner that he didn't get all of. Berg around the net to Jones. Jones loses the puck. Oh, no. Cooper Jones tripped up Jancis. And it's going to be a penalty on Cooper Jones as Jancis took the puck after a bounce off of Jones' stick. And it's going to be a Rapid City power play with 3:25 left in the third. 2 minutes for tripping. Cooper Jones goes to the box as he shakes his head back and forth. We'll see if Rapid City uses their timeout. Barcheski's going to get a swig of water. Actually thought about getting a swig of water. As 4 Grizzlies will enter. It's a critical penalty kill for the Grizzlies here late in regulation. It's a 5-3 game. As for now, Murphy is still in there. You wonder if the brain trust of Rapid City, if they decide to pull Murphy a little bit earlier with the 2-goal deficit, or if they wait out the power play a little bit and see if they can score there and then pull Murphy with about a minute and a half left in regulation. Rush win the draw. They get it towards Gagnon. He lets it go, and Dashke clears it all the way out. Murphy let it go as it was in the goaltender restricted area. He made sure not to touch it as he reminded himself of the rule. Rapid City gets it. As they get out to neutral ice, Ryan Wagner skates across center ice. Now he casually steps over the offensive line, gets to Bennett. He's in the right point. As Bennett over to Smedsrud. He throws it behind Gagnon, who gets the puck off the left corner boards. As Gagnon lays it for Gore, over to Smedsrud, back to Gore. He's in the left wing. He'll feather it up top. Wagner moves towards his right now. He gets to Gore left circle. Back up top to Wagner. Mastrodonato anticipated it. He glanced off his skate. He gets it back and clears it out. Grizzlies get 4 fresh tires on their penalty kill. 2:36 left in the third period. Utah's up 5-3. Murphy's still in net for the Rush. Rapid City gets towards center ice. A minute and 5 left in their power play. Constantino dances around on the left point. He's got 15 goals this season. Over to Wagner. Wagner fires lefty shot, and it goes wide. It deflects out of play off the protective netting. Murphy skated towards the bench, and with 57 seconds left in the penalty kill for the Grizzlies, Murphy's off the ice, 6-on-4. Utah's up 5-3, and Rapid City's putting all their chips to the center of the table, and they're saying they're all in. Connors will take the draw with Manning. That's the 2 forwards. Pike and LeMaster are the defensive pairing. Timeout's going to be called for Rapid City as they will talk things over. If you joined us late, Grizzlies got off to a fast start as Dylan Fitz scored first. That was 2:46 in with LeMaster and Pike getting the assist. Luke Manning scored unassisted on a backhand attempt from the right wing. It was 3:50 in. Then 2 minutes, 5 seconds later, Garrett Pike made it a 3-0 game. He scored from the left wing. Fitz and LeMaster with the assist. Then Rapid City scored 3 unanswered. Wagner scored unassisted 7 minutes into the second period. And then David Gagnon scored a power play goal 16:40 in with Smedsrud and Bennett getting the assist. Dalton Skelly scored his first goal as a Rush player. It's his 23rd game of the season. He scored 2:09 in with Jeffers and Coella getting the assist. Right now, the game winner would be Adam Berg, as Berg scored his 7th of the year, 11-18 in, with Ness getting the assist. And then Adam Berg added some insurance, or Dashke added some insurance. He picked up his 17th of the year. 15:04 in, with Mastrodonato getting the assists. And apparently my enthusiasm for Utah's goals weren't at Eric Brandenburg's enjoyment. I guess he didn't know that I got excited for the Utah goals. I'm rooting for the Grizzlies, by the way, pal. Rep officials are talking at the scores table. 2:21 left in the third. 57 seconds left in the power play. It's been another great performance by Jake Barczewski. He has saved 32 of 35. They might be checking the clock. Or not really sure. Grizzlies will have Connors taking the draw. He's out there with Manning and a defensive pairing of Pike and LeMaster. Grizzlies looking to end the regular season on the winning note. Utah's got a record of 24, 39, 6-2. Utah went 13, 18, 4-1 at home. They're looking for their 12th road victory of the season. Barczewski's looking for a winning record in net, as he is a 500 goaltender so far this season with a record of 15, 15, 2-1. Rapid City's looking for a 500 record or better this year. They're at the 500 mark in the win-loss category with a record of 31, 31, 6-3. A loss in regulation means that they will be a below 500 team. If they lose in overtime or a shootout, they are a 500 team, and obviously a win puts them over that mark. So referee David Lilly and one of the linesmen are still at the scores table, talking things over. Grizzlies captain Mick Messner and Rush captain Ryan Wagner talking things over as well. Now, we're not entirely sure what they're talking about, but we want to thank everybody for tuning into Grizzlies games all season long. As Messner and Wagner continued to talk things over. He mentioned the Wisconsin connection with Wagner and Luke LeMaster. They were not teammates at the University of Wisconsin, but they did play for the Badgers. And Nick Messner, he played at the University of Wisconsin as well. He was there for 2 seasons from 2018 through 2020. Messner and LeMaster missed each other by a year. LeMaster's first year at Wisconsin was the 2020-21 season, and by then Ryan Wagner had been a pro for a few years. So heavens knows what they were talking about. There's still 2:21 left in the third, so they didn't adjust the clock. Rapid City's net is empty, and the Grizzlies will skate from right to left and Rapid City from left to right. Fans jumping around. There was actually quite a few fans that left for the exits after Dashke made it a 5-3 game. Manning off of Bennett's stick. Now Manning gets the fire, starts the empty net, and he scores! This baby's in the refrigerator as Luke Manning gets his second of the game, and the Grizzlies take a 6-3 lead. So once again, Luke Manning having a big night. And what a series for Luke Manning. 1 goal and 1 assist last night. 2 goals here this evening. Actually, it's only his first goal he scored a first period goal. He scored Utah's second goal here tonight. And with that, just about everybody else that was in attendance for Rapid City has decided to head for the exits. It's Grizzlies 6, Rapid City 3, 2:12 is the time remaining third period. So Manning with 2 goals. Everybody else has contributed. Rapid City with Murphy now in net as we're skating 5-on-4 as Cooper Jones is still in the box. So that's a shorthanded goal for Luke Manning. 6-on-4 shorthanded goal. That's the 8th shorthanded goal by the Grizzlies this season and second here in the third period. LeMaster delivers a push on Smedsrud. Puck goes up top. Rush towards the left point. We'll get it towards the left circle as Bennett gets pushed by LeMaster. Puck behind Utah's net. Utah gets towards Bennett. He's on the right side. Up top to Wagner, who dangles back and forth the high slot over to Bennett. One-timer kick saved by Barczewski. Manning gets it, and he will clear it all the way towards Murphy. Grizzlies will make a full line change. Murphy with a strong outlet pass, 3/4 of the length of the ice over to Bennett. Bennett skates towards the Utah line as Manning's goal right now is listed as unassisted, 17:47 in. Murphy's still in there. There's 1:13 left in the third period. Utah leads 6-3. Armstrong gets pushed down by Gagnon. David's his first name. No relation to Ryan Gagnon that we know of. Member in this league. Player in this league. 2-on-2. Rapid City. Centers out to Wagner. Lefty shot goes wide. Rapid City looking for a second attempt. That misses wide as well, taken by Bennett. Less than a minute left in the 2024-25 season. It's going to be a victory for Ryan Kanasowicz's crew. Out to center ice, Armstrong skates in. Left wing, he's onside. Casually skates towards the near goal line as the Grizzlies are going to come away with 2 straight victories to end the regular season. We want to thank everybody for their support of Grizzlies hockey and the Grizzlies Hockey Network all season long. Left wing lefty shot by Wagner. Kick saved by Barczewski. 32 seconds left. Centering pass bounce off of Barczewski. Stick it goes up top. Hyman right wing, righty shot. That's blocked by Araujo. Wagner gets the puck over to the right side. Fires it towards Yancey, who shovels it towards the net. Barczewski makes a save with 21.7 seconds left in the third. So Barczewski is going to be a winning goaltender this year as he will finish up with a record of 16, 15, 1, and 1. 21 seconds left in the third period. Grizzlies tomorrow morning will get on a bus and head back to the Salt Lake Valley, and it will be a happy bus. Everybody will probably be tired, but Grizzlies came away with victorious. And even though, unfortunately, it has been a tough season in the win-loss column, Grizzlies end on a winning note. Evan Friesen will take the draw as Rapid City Rush had 7 players on the ice. 2 will exit as now we'll skate 5-on-5. What an end of the season for Luke Manning with 2 goals. 1 goal and 1 assist last night. He scored one of Utah's 2 goals on Wednesday. What a series to end the season for him. He now has 18 goals this season. Briley Wood will end the year with 20 goals to lead the Grizzlies. Manning over to Friesen, back towards Wood. One-timer goes wide. 4 seconds left, and that will do it. Grizzlies win! Grizzlies win 6-3, and there is no doubt about it. Luke Manning scored 2 goals. Grizzlies had a 3-0 lead, 5:55 in. Rapid City battled back with 3 unanswered. The game winner was scored shorthanded by Adam Berg. Derek Dashke added some insurance with his 17th of the year. He showed why he was first team all-league. And Luke Manning with his 2nd of the night on an empty net as the Grizzlies end the 2024-25 season on the winning note. As they win back-to-back games here in the Black Hills, Utah finishes up 5-5 against Rapid City this year. Grizzlies pick up their 25th victory of the year. They went 7-0 in scoring a shorthanded goal, and they scored 4 or more in 23 of their 25 victories. Once again, we want to thank everybody who tuned in to Grizzlies broadcast all season long, as we had a ton of fun. Rapid City salutes their fans that stayed through the end, as the Rush are going to be a below 500 club this season. They had an 11-game winning streak in the month of February. Grizzlies will head off the ice victorious. Jake Barczewski gets his 16th win of the year. He was outstanding in net, stopping 36 of 39, and he knew he was less than 100% for most of this game. Post-game show starts in 30 seconds. Once again, the final score from the Monument. It's Utah Grizzlies 6 and the Rapid City Rush 3. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
It was a great final 2 games here of the regular season as the Grizzlies get a 6-3 victory. Luke Manning led the way with 2 goals. Luke Lemaster had 2 assists. Garrett Pike and Dylan Fitz each had 1 goal and 1 assist. Derek Dashke scored his 17th of the year as he ended an outstanding campaign where he finished in first team all-league with former Grizzly Kyle Mayhew. Luke Lemaster was a +4. Garrett Pike was a +5 for the Grizzlies tonight. There was another game this season where Pike was a +3, and he had an outstanding final few games of this regular season. Grizzlies got off to a fast start tonight. Dylan Fitz gave Utah 1-0 lead. He scored 2:46 in. It was his 10th of the year. Lemaster and Pike picked up the assists. Luke Manning scored unassisted with a backhand shot from the right wing. Manning ended the season with not 17 but 18 goals, but that goal was his 17th of the year. It was .350 into the first period. Garrett Pike made it a 3-0 game. He scored 5:55 in. Fitz and Lemaster picked up the assists. Grizzlies led 3-0 after 1 period. Rapid City outshot Utah 16-8 in the first period. Rush scored 2 second-period goals. Ryan Wagner, and even 7 minutes into the second, got his team leading 29th of the season. David Gagnon scored on a power play for his 6th of the year with Chaz Smedsrud and Blake Bennett getting the assists. That was a power play goal. Rapid City was 1 for 5 on the power play. 2:09 into the third period, Dalton Skelly scored his 1st of the year. Skelly's not necessarily a goal scorer, but he came through tonight as the Rush moved the puck around pretty well. Jefferson Koala getting the assists. Made a 4-on-4 situation a couple times in the third period, but the Grizzlies were shorthanded when Riley Connors got a slashing minor, 10-13 in. And halfway through that power play, Griffin Ness in a hustle play to the right side got around Denny Gore. Puck ended up sliding towards the middle of the ice. Berg was trailing the play. He got the puck. He had a breakaway, dangle back and forth, and he went low past Murphy. It turned out to be the game winner as Adam Berg got his 7th of the year. It was the Grizzlies' 7th shorthanded goal of the season as Utah took a 4-3 lead, 11-18 into the third. And then the Grizzlies got some insurance. It was a 4-on-4 situation as Borshov got a diving and embellishing minor, and Cooper Jones and Adam Berg got a holding minor. That made it a 4-on-4 situation. The Grizzlies were outstanding in 4-on-4 situations this season. Derek Dashke scored Utah's 8th 4-on-4 goal of the year. It was 15:04, and it was a 2-on-1 as Masha Donato on the right wing got it across to Dashke, and Dashke put it away glove side past Murphy. And as we mentioned, Dashke was named first-team All-League, finishes up an outstanding season. Dashke had 5 shots on goal. Messner had 2, so Dashke, you can add the shot count to his team lead. He had 196 shots on goal. And then Luke Manning, right now it's unassisted, shorthanded. It was a goal, 17:47 in. That made it a 6-3 game. Second shorthanded goal by the Grizzlies tonight, 8th on the season. And for Luke Manning, he ends the 2024-25 season with 18 goals and 20 assists. Actually, 21 assists. Math is hard sometimes. But Manning was an outstanding performer over the last couple months. And Jake Barczewski, he ends the season with a winning record as his mark goes to 16-15-1-1. And he ends up with a save percentage of better than .900 on the season. As Barczewski was an outstanding rookie. Briley Wood and Reed Lebster were solid rookies. Neither guy had a point tonight, so Briley Wood does lead Grizzlies rookies with 47 points, 20 goals, and 27 assists. And the 20 goals means that Briley Wood led the club all season long. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Grizzlies broadcasts all season long. As kind of like the players and coaches, trainers, equipment managers, myself, we all have that dream. One is to play professional hockey, and obviously everybody has that dream of playing at the highest level over in the National Hockey League. And we saw 2 former Grizzlies make their NHL debuts this season. Trent Miner got in a couple games with the Colorado Avalanche, and Nate Klerman played in 1 game with the NHL's Pittsburgh Penguins. Klerman was with the Grizzlies 2 separate seasons, including the division championship year back in the 2021-22 season. So it's always great to see those guys. I know every time I see a Utah Hockey Club game, assistant equipment manager Matthew Schwegman's always standing next to Andre Tourigny, the Utah head coach. And that always makes me excited because Matthew Schwegman was part of the Grizzlies for a couple years. And he was my roommate on a few occasions as well. And he's a great guy, and you love seeing people like that get their shot in the National Hockey League. And, if I'm perfectly honest about it, I finished 7 seasons here with the Grizzlies, and that's my dream as well, is to somehow find a way to get to the National Hockey League, just as it is for every player, every coach, with trainers and equipment managers. We've seen quite a few guys. Chris Shornack's in the National Hockey League. He was with the Grizzlies for a couple years. John Loftner, he's in the NHL. Jackson Hibbert, he helps out every now and then. DJ McFarland, and after all, that's part of what why we get up in the morning. We get up in the morning partly to pursue our dreams. And it hasn't necessarily been easy for me. It hasn't been perfect for me. There's a lot of ups and downs. There's certainly more downs than ups at times. And sometimes, you feel like the National Hockey League is 15 million miles away. Then there's other occasions where it feels like it's 7.2 miles, depending on what road you take to get from Maverick Center to Delta Center. If you take the slower road with more lights, you can get there in 7.2 miles. Simply said, it's one of those things that keeps us up in the morning. And for me, that's what Means a lot of sleepless nights, or maybe I'm getting 2 or 3 hours of sleep because, every year you go to the league meetings and you meet an NHL broadcaster and you ask them the inevitable question. You want to figure out the secret sauce. How do you get to the National Hockey League? And the answer is always the same. Every year, whether it's Jack Michaels, who was with the Alaska Aces, or Doug Plagans, who now works with the Florida Panthers. He used to be with the Idaho Steelheads. Or Bob McElligott of the Columbus Blue Jackets. He was with a team back out east in the 90s. They all say the same thing. You just got to get lucky. I'm not necessarily a lucky person, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to get lucky, and that keeps you up at night trying to figure out, how do you get lucky? It just is what it is, but nevertheless, it was a fun season. Derek Dashke was an outstanding performer. Keaton Mastrodonato provided a lot of great moments. The overtime game winners are going to stand out in my mind. Grizzlies had a few of those this season. I think of Neil Shea's overtime game winner on February 8th against the Tulsa Oilers. February 1st, where Shea got the game winner on Guns N' Hoses night against Idaho. Fishing night, February 15th, Dashke with an overtime game winner. Dashke also had an OT game winner on November 16th against the Allen Americans. I think the interesting fun fact of this season, Grizzlies only had 2 games all year where they won when scoring less than 4. And in both occasions, it was Matt Araujo getting the game winner, and that's Araujo's only 2 goals of the season. His first pro goal was with less than 5 minutes left in regulation to give Utah a 3-2 lead on February 28th against the first-place Kansas City Mavericks, and the Grizzlies held on for the victory. Araujo then got the game winner on March 16th in a 3-1 win over the Allen Americans. I think back to the Grizzlies scoring 7 unanswered goals in an 8-3 victory over the Tulsa Oilers on March 1st. I also think about the amazing second period on January 25th as Utah scored 7 second-period goals, and they defeated the Wichita Thunder 9-3. Grizzlies certainly had pockets. The best stretch might have been, if you don't count really the last 3 weeks for the Grizzlies, best stretch might have been towards Christmas time, where the Grizzlies won 2 out of 3 games against Tahoe. They swept Kansas City in a 2-game set on March 10th and 11th. Jake Barczewski was brilliant on both of those nights, and the Grizzlies came away with a sweep. The Grizzlies played some good hockey throughout. We do know the win-loss record was a difficult one this season, but the Grizzlies certainly had spurts of brilliance over the course of the year. Utah went through 51 players, and it was fun watching them all during the 2024-25 season. Once again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in all year long, whether it was just 1 game, 2 games, or if you tuned in for all 72. Thanks to everybody for their support of Utah Grizzlies hockey. It was certainly an unknown as to what was going to happen. It was great to see over 5,000 fans per game this season, especially when you consider a lot of entertainment options, including a lot of hockey options now in the Salt Lake Valley, whether it's the National Hockey League's Utah Hockey Club, or even among the junior ranks. We've seen certainly a big boost across every level of hockey, including the junior ranks with the Ogden Mustangs, Utah Outliers, a couple other franchises around the area. They're certainly seeing a big boost, and part of that is the renaissance and the growth of hockey in the state of Utah. For the Grizzlies, they finish up their 30th season of pro hockey in the Salt Lake Valley, and, it's certainly been a great ride. And I know next season, Grizzlies are going to be bigger and better than ever. And, hopefully you'll join us on the ride starting in October. We're not sure when the next broadcast of Grizzlies hockey will be in. Probably be sometime in October of 2025. My guess is in the preseason they'll play 2 games against the Idaho Steelheads. Well, that'll just about wrap things up as Grizzlies came away with a 6-3 victory over the Rapid City Rush in the regular season finale. Before we go, let's get to the 3 stars of the game, as selected by somebody here in the Rapid City, we'll say media area. 3rd star was Ryan Wagner for Rapid City. He scored 1 goal. He was a -2 and had 8 shots. He's the 3rd star. He was Rapid City's bread and butter all season long. He was an outstanding performer. He was 2nd team all league. 2nd star for the 2nd straight night, Jake Barczewski. He saved 36 of 39. And Adam Berg, who scored the game winner shorthanded, that was 11:18 into the 3rd period. Berge, who ended the season with 7 goals on the season, is the number 1 star of the game. Thanks for joining us all season long. Once again, in 2 hours and 34 minutes, and in front of a great crowd of 4,782 here at the Monument, including some Grizzlies fans that made the trip from the Salt Lake Valley. It's the Utah Grizzlies 6 and the Rapid City Rush 3. Next broadcast will be in October of 2025. I'm Tyson Whiting. I'm just pursuing my dream. You've been tuned in to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network. Good night, everybody.